He is a 25.
19.
I'm gonna use MLPs because I think this is fitting. MLPs
Hello.
unsure of what the smell is. She looks past everyone else through the bushes. She sees a familiar form as Bree is bent over a Shadowfell troll and drain the life out of it. Take another D10 of youth if you wish.
Nice.
I'm gonna stop for a second. I'm gonna look at the others. I'm gonna face all of them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Bless you.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go, Zara! And she runs over.
You hear her name called in the distance as you finish up what you were doing. Sounds
As
familiar.
I go after
Sounds
her
familiar.
and try to jump on her.
I jump back and like the fuck, and I turn to see what I see.
You when you make contact with her, she is much more youthful than you recall.
You know those anime reunions between two best friends?
I don't
Where
read that.
they leave and then come back?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
just like then, you know.
Wow! It's basically going through my head here, but it's like that someone anime where like the one friend is like, what? And doesn't care while the other one's like all upset because they've been missing. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Madagascar meme, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Oh, sugar,
I like
honey,
that
iced
movement.
tea.
Kane realizing what Delphi's doing now, hurries up and tries to catch up with her.
I'm just gonna cling on to her.
Hi, Delphi. How's it going?
Hi!
You can.
You've been gone for a while, I can tell.
Yeah.
Been a few days.
A few days. You can let go of me
Anyways, we found my brother. Nope, not letting go this time.
now.
Listen, everyone else has friends and people to hang out with. I just got my brother. Shut up and let me have this. Maybe it'll make the others stop fucking up. It's too early in the morning.
Shade, since you never met this character, this is also a tiefling.
Okay.
She's purple in skin tone.
Mhm.
Long hair, long purple hair.
Yes.
I don't remember all your features without looking at it here.
Can I make an insight check to see? Or you know what? Never mind. Shade wouldn't actually know anything about that. Never mind. Or at least doesn't know exactly what happened. So pass.
Hey, come on, hurry up.
I mean,
we're
you can
going.
make an insight of the situation.
Okay, yeah, I'll go for that.
Do you want to go to specifically Delphi and Zara thing, or do you just want to see what Zara was doing?
I want to see what Zara was doing.
Okay.
I got a 22.
You look closely, familiar with the plane a little bit. You know, there's a lot of necromancy that happens in general, so that's not unusual. But you see the Shadowfell trolls. They're not the easiest things to kill, but they're also not the hardest. Difficult to track as usually.
Low HP.
And you can see it has it's almost drained to the bones, basically.
It's good to be back.
Shade's just gonna look at this and just kind of squint at the new face. Not saying a word, just squinting.
The only thing you notice about any of the situation is like there's a sash that goes around her neck that the glowing has just died down.
Just continues squinting, not trying to pick anything else up, just kind of giving her a look.
Okay. Kane simply just says, "Welcome back."
Welcome back. Where have you been?
Oh, you know, around doing things.
Glad you could finally join us.
Yeah, but also in your inventory, you have a new basic cloak.
Ooh, sweet.
It's just because you're new friends.
My new friends.
Delphi's gonna
Far
go to
literally just goes,
Zara,
hey.
and
Hi.
is gonna whisper, basically what we talked about as we're walking earlier, trying to catch her up.
How do we?
The 3 or 4 very active days.
Yeah. So basically, we went in, we came here, got in trouble, found resistance, found out there's vampires here and everything. May or may not have helped the resistance by finding my brother. We found my brother. We also may or may not have gotten in trouble with a cult-ish group. Not exactly sure what's going on there. May or may not have blown up their entire building. Sorry, JK.
Dakimo chimes in for a moment. I think he wanted the rebellion thing to be lying low there, Delphi.
I trust her.
Kind of gives you like a, are you sure kind of look for he doesn't know her.
Okay, listen, I'd be dead if it wasn't for her.
Well,
The
thank you for
same-
saving my sister.
Yeah, no problem. So it sounds like you guys got into a lot of trouble, so nothing too new.
Pretty much.
Hey, at least we're not fighting a giant fiend.
Nothing new except a
Not yet.
tall, freakish cat person standing there.
Magnificent all the way.
That's fair.
And a missing Lamont.
Who's Lamont? I have no idea.
It's me.
Lamont, never heard of him.
Yeah, never.
Kane just brings him up. Yeah, he disappeared after the church bell thing. I haven't seen him since. We were
Yeah, he
hiding
fucking
out
ran
in.
away.
Yeah, he did. Seems to have an awful lot of business for being in a Shadowfell. Always seems like.
Are we sure he's on our side? Just throwing that out there.
Kane just shrugs. He doesn't seem to be very open with conversation anyway, so. He hasn't actively tried to kill us. That's an added benefit. I'll say that.
That's fair.
As you finish catching up, Zarya, Kane's like, should we keep moving?
Yes, we're burning what is your equivalent of daylight.
I second that motion.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Where are we going
Alright.
exactly?
Oh, yeah, new college. We're gonna go invade it.
You're
We're
familiar
not
with this.
going to kidnap anybody this time, got it? Delphi, just means you.
It's not so much invading as you guys are shades plus ones.
You're not actually part of this college.
Fair, but I thought we
What's up?
had said that she would have a relatively easy time getting in.
You would understand some of the dangers coming in.
Okay, that's fair.
You would understand like this of the same caliber that the going here uninvited is a genuinely a very dangerous practice. They have banshees that often guard around the Oculus library, so if alerted, more banshees shall show, and there's also a good chance one of the very skilled magic users may show up too. With
Okay.
it's also the additional danger that one of the vampires are very practiced in magics and has a very close relationship with this college. But there's also the person that runs this college is a mummy lord.
It's a good thing I have so many key points, huh? We're gonna need that plus 10 bonus to stealth.
Yeah.
We might. I mean, Farah just wants to go read some book.
But
Corvus just kind of chuckles and he just kind of goes, "You know, I can go invisible, right?"
Zara, you can also move around freely.
You can turn invisible. The rest of us, though.
Hello. Hi.
What day is it
And-
today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Shade's just gonna continue leading them the rest of the way to the college.
You start getting to the outskirts of the college. Before you see the building, you start noticing there's
Okay, let's back up.
emanating fires that are periodically when you get closer to the college. Those that are familiar with Shadowfell, this is nothing new, but those who have not, these are, when you examine from a distance, they're looking like a normal fire. As you get close, you can see at the base of them, they're very chromatic.
More chromatic stuff. Fun.
Woo.
This feels more and more like Echo.
Yeah.
As far as Shade and Zara, your experience with this fire is you have not been able to put it out or nor touch it without taking some type of damage.
Okay. Shade would definitely make a comment about the fires, and it's just like, now, I don't know how many of you are pyros. Could be liable, seeing as we have two tieflings amongst us.
We're gonna
No.
stare at Zara.
No touching the fire.
Delphi's just gonna give a smile and cross her arms.
I'm not afraid to launch you across the room again.
Again.
It's your your smile.
Yeah.
falls.
Again?
Yeah, again. You,
yeah,
you
she
don't remember
did.
their first meeting? Where
No,
I
I
just straight
do.
up
Oh, right. I
Touch
remember.
the ear. Touch the ear.
Don't touch the ear.
Touch the
We're touching
ear.
ears now?
only one is allowed to touch the ear. But yeah,
But yeah, Delphi got literally thrown across the room.
That's fun.
Yep.
Anything else? Did you want to do, or do you guys just wish to continue past?
Sure, let's just.
How difficult exactly would it be to get in? Do we just like walk up and be like, "Hey, we want to check out the library," or am I going to have to spend a couple key points to sneak in?
We might just want.
You are not part of the college, and there's the reason there's active branches is he doesn't warrant people that aren't part of the college.
Noted. So I'm going to spend a couple key points and cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
You watch as everyone you kind of emanate a black mist that kind of encompasses everyone's feet, giving them a more subtle approach.
Yes.
If you guys choose to make a stealth roll, you get the bonus, obviously, for 10 minutes or an hour.
It is an entire hour.
Okay.
What's the bonus?
Or 8 hours. I don't know what the duration is. It's
So I'm
plus 10 to stealth if you guys choose to roll stealth.
Okay.
Shade has rolled a 29.
That just saved my ass. 17. First
So we're
off.
making stealth checks.
15.
Are you guys adding the 10 or just saying what you rolled?
No, I added the 10. I only got a 7 originally.
Oh, okay.
21.
I got a 3 originally.
17.
28.
So,
So anyone that's above a 15, you're pretty certain you're comfortably not being seen. Anyone get below that?
so I got a
No,
1.
I just got exactly 15.
Okay, so you met the requirement. So for all the more, you guys feel all pretty stealthy.
Salty.
Stealthy, yeah. As you start approaching, you start to see over the the dead kind of trees in this area. A building that's unfamiliar in architecture and design. It doesn't look like a normal Shadowfell
Bless you.
building, and it doesn't look like it's from any of the cities you've seen in the material plane.
Hmm.
Are we good?
What happened?
I don't know.
Everything
We lost
okay?
someone.
Everything's fine. It's been a while since I've streamed and Discorded, so my thing is being weird.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. Oh, before we continue, is everyone okay with being streamed?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alright.
yeah.
Hmm,
I wanted to be asked because we've had a couple of swap arounds with people, so.
fair.
I stream myself on Twitch. It's all good. I'm fine.
You're being recorded. There you go. Here's your 2 seconds.
I just want to mention for this anyone who's watching the stream, I doubt people are besides us, but this is like it's been a while.
Hmm.
There's been a few times. Yeah, there we go.
A few things that have
I beg to differ. Everything's fine and perfectly natural, as it should be. As I was saying, you notice this building is you can see the tallest building kind of has more of a domed architecture on top. You can tell from here that it kind of looks yellow in color from here.
Is it gold?
Zara knows what it's made out of.
I do, apparently.
Yeah. You've been inside it basically.
Hmm.
From what you could tell, it's mostly as you get closer, it's a kind of a sandstone desert kind of rock. And you start seeing there's accents of different red granites and like a white slate. Looks like slate, just it's white. It's again Slade.
You're good.
Yes.
You also know as you get closer, you can see that those same fires that you saw earlier are also scattered about, and there's more of them as you get closer, and you can see they're kind of in what you would call an unregular spot. Like from where if you could see a pillar, you can see part of the pillars on fire, and it's kind of like a diagonal fire. And it kind of leads up, then there's a gap, and then it leads up onto a roof, and you can kind of see the fire continues to burn, but it's still
Proto, is this
there.
a building that you took from someone else, another game?
I don't know. Is it? I have no idea. It could be, and it was in my subconscious, and then I created it, but till then.
What?
As far as I know, this is not a reference to anything, but if it is, then I didn't realize.
Sounds like it, but then I realized you've never played the game, so it's just accident.
Yeah, generally is. You hear in the distance as you're getting closer, a Banshee's Veil.
Cool.
Fun stuff.
Not again.
Throwback to when we first met everyone.
Oh yeah,
Very
that was
familiar.
fun. When I got everyone in
I
trouble.
wonder. Proto,
Still-
I have a question.
Yes.
Would turn undead affect them?
Depends what level. They're I don't think so. They might be a little too strong.
Let me check real quick.
What level is the cleric thing? Because they're challenge rating 4.
I don't know how to check that. All I know
Oh,
is it's
she definitely won't be able to do that. The highest I think it goes is 2.
Wow, that's weak.
damn.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Oh well, I tried.
I feel
There's
like
my 2
turn
cents.
undead gets
I'm gonna find a way to buff that, but
Oh no,
One-
no. 17th level is CR4.
I don't like that. I still think that's really weak sauce, but either way.
weak sauce.
Yeah. I think challenge up to challenge rating 8 would make sense at some point, but whatever. We'll move. I'll figure a way around that. Moving on. You do hear the Banshee's Veil in the distance. That usually means they found someone.
Shade does a quick head count.
It looks to be everyone in your group is fine.
Shade's then going to let out a sigh and says, "We should use this distraction to our advantage and get in as fast as we can before we're spotted too."
And worst case scenario, and Delphi brings out her silver rapier. We got a way to deal with them.
But I still wonder who was the unlucky bastard that was found out.
Likely Banshee food at this point.
And welcome to turn into another Banshee.
As long as it's not a Wendigo, it's fine.
Wendigos are fun.
We can make a Wendigo show up. I don't mind.
No,
they're fun,
Proto.
but that's because they're my favorite.
Alright, well, let's not add monsters that I don't intend
Lamont
for you to
became
fight yet.
Banshee food.
Anyways, Shade's going to look to see if there's like a door or window that the party can hop through.
You guys start making a more quick dash movement speed into that area. You start noticing there are other structures that also came with it that looks like they are completely collapsed around this building and were just not rebuilt. The parts that you see that were rebuilt of this of the Oculus fits more the familiar style of the Shadowfell in the area. So it looks like any reconstruction was using Shadowfell architecture. You guys start going, and you kind of reach kind of a side of the college, and you can easily go around to the main pillars. And you can hear as you guys kind of rest against that side of the library. More Banshee veils let out as you hear one unlucky scream.
Yay.
Do we recognize the voice of the scream?
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn.
Haha.
Not
We
this
should
time.
Not this time.
Wait, isn't that a good thing that we don't recognize the scream?
Maybe?
Probably.
I don't know. What were you saying?
Anyways, Shade's gonna use this opportunity to go in some way and try to find the library itself.
As you walk up the stairs, you could see the door is half the door is like broken on the top part, but rebuilt with like wooden masses, and you can see this door shut. These doors are what you would call pretty big, probably 20-30 feet tall, and like for a large figure to go through it, almost.
How
But
much? Go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay,
And when you look around, you see the
Castle
actual doors
doors,
are closed. Yeah, the basic castle
Or-
doors, but
Or if we're getting fancy, troll door. That is a type of door.
let's go with troll doors because they're giants. That makes sense.
Oh yay, troll doors.
How much effort would it be to push open the door?
It doesn't look easy, even with the lot of you guys. It definitely looks like
No another spell. I don't know
you
where
need
to
a lot more
spell
oomph
now.
to move this.
I haven't even used another spell in a long time.
Zara, you would know
So
how to get
basically
in.
what I'm
for the
saying is,
record.
imagine these but bigger. If it loads.
Oh, the problem is the doors were originally made out of stone, and only part of it's been refurbished to wood. So the problem is the doors are still very heavy.
Well, Shade is also very strong.
Can we What about Finley and Shade working together to open the door?
Oh God.
You can give it your best shot.
Are we sure we want to let Finley open another door? We remember what happened last time. There was a big old fireball involved.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys will do great.
Shade has proficiency in sleight of hand. It's fine. I'll just roll sleight of hand to quietly as I can open the door.
Have fun. If Finley's backing away from the door, and I drop my dice.
GG.
Way to go!
That is a 25 sleight of hand check to open the door.
You go and start trying to stick your hand, and the only place you can figure out how to stick your hand is like there's barely enough arm for your like fingers to slide underneath the massive doors.
Okay.
So like there's a tiny gap on the bottom, but as far as you can, there's no like lock on this side.
Okay.
How do you
Think of this as like a pantheon. Like you went to someone's religious site, and it's meant to impress many people from far away.
Gotcha.
Like it's like a city monument that got moved.
So
Proto,
Shade's just gonna.
Yes.
how do you get in? Since I would know.
You have an amulet that's magically attuned, and there's a location off to the side where you can bring that up, and it will magically unlock the doors.
Can I do that
Because
sneakily?
the door. Yeah, you can roll a stealth check away from the group.
Yeah.
You have plus 10, so
25.
anyone's passive perception not higher than 25.
No.
Nope.
No.
All right. You
Not
usually
yet.
sneak off. Not yet. I like it. You
Not
easily
yet.
sneak off to the side, and you can easily pull off the amulet and unlock the door.
Cool.
You want to do it now?
Yes.
All right. As you do that, your position is kind of given away as it lights up and it twists and locks in, and the like stone slabs kind of close off so you can't get to it again right away. As you watch the runes just light up and just like lightning just spike up all the way up to the top of the arches and all the way to the other side, and eventually just you hear and taking over the kind of entire sound of the area.
Okay. Then.
Shade immediately removes her fingers from the door.
Luckily, they're going in, not out.
Yeah. Still.
So you don't
gotta
lose
be
no
careful.
fingers.
Yeah, but what about my claws? I kind of need those.
They're only mildly dulled.
That's okay. I'll just sharpen them later. I have darts and a short sword for that.
And
Just use a nail file or some sandpaper.
This is the Nas Oculus. As you look inside, you see that the accents are still the kind of smooth sandstone with white and red kind of strong stone colors. Now that you're looking at the inside of it, you can see there's more accents of gold on the tops and bottoms of pillars, and like any drapes and fabrics are looking to be expensive silks of sorts, and the craftsman's work looks to be done by very skilled laborers. So this place was created with very intense care and intent. As you look, as you can proceed in, you can also see there's lines of bookcases that line this floor, and the columns they reach way over your head, about as they are bigger than the doors. They're 35 or so feet up above you. So it seems
There's-
like this was an abundance of knowledge here.
There's
Yeah.
books, so and Farah walks in.
So does Rosa.
Shade follows suit.
I want to make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm walking in.
What are you looking for? Oh, what are you looking for while you're rolling?
I'm gonna look to see if anyone's around specifically and where they are.
You look
15.
for individuals. Inside you don't see any particular individuals at the moment. You just see it's a very large, kind of empty room. As you're perceiving the inside, you can also see that same fire that was on the outside of the building. Also carries on. There's like inside the books, inside the shelvings and stuff. There's entire like stacks of rows that are on fire, and then there's like streaks across the other part that still burn as we speak, kind of thing.
Alright.
When you look behind you, you can see there is a Banshee in the distance, and you can kind of tell its movement from here, and it's kind of coming towards you guys.
Hey, guys, we got a banshee after us. Not
As long as
necessarily, but it might be looking for us.
Shade still has concentration on the spell, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Alright. Hey, Zara, wanna go find stuff to do?
Sure, because it always turns out great for us.
Yay!
Also, Proto, did we get a full night's rest?
You should have. The only thing you guys may have that carried over from the Discord is the despairs. If you have them, you still have them. If you don't, if you never rolled bad, you didn't get them.
I didn't get it.
Scared. Yay.
I didn't
know-
get it.
I was going to say, I know we had a rest because when Shade went after Far in the cave, she got hit.
But what about Corvus and Rosa when they did the do?
I mean, we
I
didn't
mean,
do it
they
for
do
8
that-
hours.
You
Yeah,
guys,
you have to do it for 8 hours. You should sleep.
yeah, you guys managed to roll high.
Do you regularly have 8-hour sex? Because if you
Oh,
do,
fuck
I'm
no.
gonna send you a
Oh my.
trophy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't think
As
Debbie
far
can
as
handle
looking-
that.
As far as looking around for any books that look like they could teach magic.
There is a order to this madness of this library. It will take a while for you to navigate, but do roll me and investigate.
Yes. Where did my dice go?
What's
There
it
they
is
are.
it using Proto?
Senpai, don't steal my dice.
Take
Senpai.
Is it using the decimal system? The ID system? Is it using the name or author system? The
24.
library.
24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get back to you in a moment because technically you still have a Banshee to deal with.
You can tell me where to find the books.
I'll find the books in a moment. And you're
Find the
already
books in
walking
another
in and
library.
splitting up to the group. Though
Did the doors
Uh,
close?
after 5 or so minutes, they eventually do. It takes a little bit. You guys could be inside for a little bit talking before you start hearing the. Since Delphi was paying attention, you can also see the Banshee still coming from the woods towards the what do you call it? Library.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
It's coming towards the library.
As you see, the doors are also closing.
Hey, Zara, wanna go?
Isn't
Wanna go mess
Thank
with
you.
something?
Hey!
Sure.
What the fuck?
You get 2 more.
Yeah. I get 2 more.
2 more Gesundheits.
I feel about 10 more coming out.
If you're gonna sneeze more, mute.
I know.
Please.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh no, we need to find like a secret passage or something.
As far as you been here, you haven't found any secret passages, as far as you know.
Sorry, you're good at finding those.
I am.
Possibly.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
you
am.
kind of have been.
Would I know of any of that stuff since, I've been here?
You haven't had enough time to explore the compound. You kind of just got the general layout of the
Mhm.
library, and like it goes deeper into like a main kind of hall with a circular room, and it kind of goes up where if you would like go into the main center of the building, it has the tower that you could see from the outside that was also on fire and
Mhm.
reconstructed in some parts.
Mhm.
And it leads up to the second story where you can find more additional books. But if you go past that circular tower in the middle, it will lead you into more of a religious shrine area. There's also places that kind of breaks off into like rooms and places of people where could sleep. But as far as you know, not really anyone stays in here. The only thing you're really worried about is maybe the headmaster, the mummy lord, spends all his time in the Oculus, so
Mhm.
there's a chance you may run into him.
So no one
That's
else
all.
is supposed to be in here but people that go to the college.
Correct.
So-
You know that you're allowed in here. Technically, they are trespassing.
If I get caught with them, am I gonna get in trouble?
I mean, that's the general consensus if you were helping them.
Okay. So if I see anyone, I don't know any of these people is what I'm hearing.
However, you want to play it off and offload your responsibilities.
Carry on.
What is this Gene
I mean,
spider?
worst
What
case
I'm
scenario.
hearing, what I'm hearing is you would ditch us, Zara.
Again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
They act as if Delphi has charmed Zara.
Exactly, and then everything's fine.
But you've got to tell Delphi first.
No, it's fine. No worries here. Everything's fine.
No worries yet. No worries.
Yet.
All right. So I hear Delphi and Zara are now leaving from there to go explore in different parts of the library. Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I mean, this is the most opportune time to split the party if that's what you wish to do. You're in one large building.
Rosa's gonna stay by Infara.
Okay.
And probably Kane, because for always drags Kane everywhere.
Well,
Shade's
Kane
al-
automatically just follows you. So.
Shade's
Yeah.
also going to stick around in Farah because you know.
Yeah.
What about
Corvus,
Corvus and Finn?
are you Corvus and Finn? Are you staying with the group, or do you wish to find something else in the library?
Demi, we can't hear you.
I kept sneezing. You guys told me to mute. I muted. But Finley's gonna go around and look at things because it's a library. She loves them. For an orc. So yay.
All right.
Conan,
What's up?
what are you doing?
What are you doing in the library here?
Listening.
Are you staying
Uh,
with the group, or are you going off your own? What do you want to do here?
There's
Finley
probably
is
not going to
going
be
off.
really much information that Corvus cares about.
Idly following. them.
Yell at me when
Yeah,
you
pretty
want to
much.
tell me something.
Okay. Melon just walked away, so is that
No, my
correct?
mom is in the room and she wanted to show me something.
Well, we were gonna pick up with your 24 there.
Okay, just tell me.
As you were looking around, you make your way to the section of that looks to be much older than some of the other things. What you can tell by navigating this library is its system is set by age of the text, as oddly enough as that is.
Alright.
So you can, if you want to find the oldest text, they are in like a location, and then they progressively go around into a more current circumstance.
So instead of using
Oh.
any of the systems I gave you to call them,
Yep.
You decide to use age, which
Yep.
is mostly used in college. Actually, that makes sense. Very specific colleges, usually on off-campus areas where they've just got a bunch of really old books that they copy the material from.
Hey, there's not a lot of scholars here to reorganize this shit. Plus, some of this shit is on fire.
Wait, is it actually
Fire.
burning or just protected?
I don't know. No one investigated the fire, so. I was just saying that all your circumstances of messing with the fires, anyone that's messed with the fires, it hurts you and you haven't found a way to put it out.
I wonder, can I control flame it?
A little bit, yes. You can't snuff it out, but you can, when you move it like to a side, it all kind of goes. And if that material wasn't already on fire, it does catch on fire. So you can
Maybe
burn more.
don't.
Make a perception check since you just did that.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah, since you're using control
I
fire on
just
them.
got a nat 20.
Perfect. As you look at it, you look at the books that are on fire, and as you bend it onto the material that was not on fire yet, you see that the ink and the wording and things of that fade away, and you can only see like part of that title now. And you see the stuff that's completely on fire. That's completely like cleansed. There is no written text on it.
grab a book. I want to grab a book. I want to grab a book. Quick, before everything else catches on fucking fire.
The fire is
And
not
the
naturally
words
spreading.
erased.
It requires some amount of manipulation.
Okay, I still want to grab a book that can teach me magic of some sort.
With your rolling, you just pick off a book from a shelf. It looks to be old. And as you start looking through it, you don't understand the language that it's written in. Make an
Can I-
intelligence check.
Yeah, I wanted to find out if I know the language. Okay, D20. Wait. My intelligence. 19.
As you look at this, you definitely can't read it. You definitely don't know it. You look at some of the lettering, and you only recognize like one or two letters, and it kind of brings up a familiarity of Zika-Mesh. They usually are traders in the area, and they are across the ocean, per se, the sea. And they're in a far land that's known to have lots of desert sand.
Fuck.
May I grab a book?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to just grab another one off the shelf?
Yeah, random one.
Okay. You grab another book, and you also see this is also written in a language you're not familiar with.
Can Shade open a book?
Can I make a... Oh, sorry.
Can Shade open one of the books and see if she can figure out what language it is?
It's Zika-Mesh.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't sure. She
I thought
wouldn't.
that was like a race or something.
It's
thought
both.
it
It's
was
both a
first.
race, a culture, and it's kind of a hodgepodge catch-all in this area. Zika-Mesh. Zika-Mesh culture, Zika-Mesh people, Zika-Mesh language. You look around and you can see there are these large study tables with different large glasses on them. Like oversized, comically large spike glasses. But some of these books are also very large in text. So it kind of has a place.
So are all the books written in Zika-Mesh?
The ones you picked up so far, yes.
I want to pick another random one.
Since you haven't moved from the same area, you also find this one's also Zigames. It looks like this entire temple was a shrine for education or knowledge gathering, but it's written in a script that you're not local enough, but ancient in a way.
Can I grab one of the newer books?
You start making a way to a different part of the library as you look and pick
But I
off
keep
a.
I keep the two books that I've picked.
Okay, you pick those off in the kind of more central part of the library, and when you pull that one off, you can see it's not completely finished. You can see there's writings in it, and it looks like a retranslation of what was Zigames to Common. So it looks like there's still transferring of knowledge from older text to newer text. This one's not particularly special. This one's simply talking about some of the dietary and cultural means, but it's very obvious that this is not finished.
Is there any translated book of the magic?
As you look around with more, you do find a small section that's kind of dedicated with magic. You can see there are several tables set up around this area with these large, comically large lenses again that are also in there.
What magic does it teach about in those books?
As you look through it, you can see there's a lot of these. The very first ones that seem to be transcribed talk about after a quick glance over, you kind of get the gist that it's talking of a little bit of evocation and kind of some early studies of how someone kind of like first discovered a fireball and stuff like that. And then you find some more kind of mixture of history and magic at the same time, where it's talking about someone worshiping a god that guided them to this particular spell or trying to figure it out with the assistance of a god. And then you find one book that has the dabblings of a magic being twisted due to the realm it's in, which sounds a lot to your current knowledge. What happens in the Shadowfell?
I put that book into my bag.
Okay.
Yes, I am straight up stealing that book.
Wow.
You ever
What
just
do
check
people
out a
think
book
of
but
my
never
little?
return it?
Is there any books there about maybe the dark art?
As you go through this, there are a lot. It seems this place is kind of a beacon for dark arts and gathering that kind of information. But the fact is, it's also there's a lot of it, and it takes time to sift through all of it.
I want to see if I can spot one that has any information about either Nocturne or Rust in it, or maybe even the scythe that Kane has.
All right. Well, as you're looking through that, roll me another investigation check since you're looking for something new.
Let's see. That's another 24.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I
With
have
that,
+5 investigation.
the section you're in doesn't look like it talks about a lot of entities for that matter, or demons or fiends or that sort. It doesn't really talk about particular deals. This one's more of like the discovery and history of magic. It even gets into the nitty gritty of like maybe theories of how the world was created and different interesting things that have been observed.
Alright.
So you end up moving to a different section Instead of walking over to one of the shelves in an area, you walk over to a table. As you walk by it, you notice when you look through the lens, you can see a book. Like when you look off to the side, it says Zigamish, and when you look through the lens, it looks like you can read it in common.
I try that with the 2 books that I've picked out earlier.
Okay. The one book you pick out has very early statements of a war between very large beings of primordial mass. One refers to them as the primordial giants, and the other one refers to them as the primordial dragons. And it says there's archaeology that believes and some old statements and things and bones and sites that both these creatures seem to have, and it was thought that these were fighting for control over the planet of sorts. A larger conflict at stake.
Alright.
It
The
goes
other
into
book?
more detail if you want to go in more detail of that, but it will take some time.
Nah, what does the other book say?
The other one speaks of a rampant magic age where it seems to be older in context and a lot more speculative, but it looked like magic was basically wild magic everywhere, and no one knew how to control it or manipulate it. By the sounds of it, it was just a thing, and it was a force to be a force unseen. It was here one day and then gone, or it wasn't here one day and it was here the next kind of thing. So
Can I pick up that spying glass?
you go to move it. It's a heavy piece of glass, and as you kind of rotate it, you can see there's enchanting runes on it, and you kind of decipher that as that particular lens is comprehend languages. It seems to you, when you look at it, that it's a comprehend language in script, but it looks like it was cast at a much more potent level to make sure it was able to read very difficult and ancient lost methods.
Steal it.
I was thinking the same thing.
Go ahead, it's 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, because you said it's pretty heavy.
They're like comically large. They're like larger than people's heads, and they would like if you would look through someone, it would like incorporate their shoulders, like an upper body picture.
And if I just take like what
You can
what
see
does
there's
it-
you
what
can
does
see there's a
this
lot
look
of
like? Yeah, but like what does it look like? Does it look like the spying glass with like both like two fucking wait, let me turn on the camera for this because I don't know how to explain this.
them. It has
in
a free
English.
moving arm that kind of moves like a lamp, you know, and you can like
Oh, I thought it
push
was
it
the
up.
one. Wait, my camera is loading infinitely.
Okay.
I thought it was the one that you use for bird watching, for example.
No,
Or
these are
like
much
in
more.
the pirate spying glass.
No, well, they work like that, but they're much larger in size, and they're like a large plate. They're like sledding. They're like the size of a sled. Is what I'm trying to get the proportion. And they're on these like kind of makeshift arms where you can rotate them up out of the way, and you can see there's two attached to each table. And when you look at the other one, you can also tell that one has different enchantments on it. And then there's one other one that has a different enchantment on it.
Okay, then I try to move it in a way so I can see the titles of the other books that I was looking at earlier. Can I do that?
Yeah, you look at it and it just says the Great Lost War, and then the other one is rampaging magic.
No. I mean, like, from where I was walking before, from where I picked out those books.
Those ones, you moved away from those, but you can easily walk back and then do the same thing and aim it towards it. When you aim it towards the bookshelves, you can start reading the bookshelves.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that.
When you do it in that old section, it looks to be a lot of Ziggumus history in general and trades, and then and there's like a lot of speculation. Ugh. A lot of speculation for different deities and how they may have come about and from different religions, and just a lot of uncooked thoughts that could have some merit or could be really made up. It's very difficult to tell based on the age of these books and based on what you know about the world now. They are history, but they aren't. You can't like verify them. You just kind of trust they're truthful.
Do I find any books that could teach me magic, potentially?
In the rampant magic section, you can find an early book. It has the dark weave. And it has inklings of someone learning this dark art of magic.
I take that.
Okay.
And I go to a table and sit down and start reading.
Okay.
Rosa's
While
gonna
that
go
was all
around-
happening,
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
what were you doing in the time frame? Is really what I was.
Rosa
Yeah.
was looking. Rosa was looking around, similar to how Invara was, but
Mhm.
she doesn't have any clue of what she wants. She's just browsing, but once she saw Invara sit down, she's gonna go over there and bug her.
Cool.
Okay.
So, what you up to?
I think I'm about to read a book about the dark arts and potentially how to use it.
Her eyes narrowed a bit. Thinking back at what she attacked her with. She gulps and looks to the side a bit. Is there any more chairs around her or no?
You can easily pull up a chair.
Okay. She pulls up a chair and sat beside Infara, placed a hand on her shoulder, and hesitantly says, "Well, I'm here for you."
And Farah smiles. You are?
Yes, I personally wouldn't be learning anything of the dark arts at all. Personal reasons. But I'm here for you. And I'll try to stop anything that hurts you.
Thanks.
That makes two of them. Because Shade's just kind of standing by, keeping watch on everything, and she's just kind of listening in on the conversation. She doesn't say anything. She's just listening and watching and staying vigilant.
So what
You
is
kinda-
Kane up to?
Kane is getting ready to split off and explore deeper into the temple.
Alright.
He's continuing to look for the book you were looking for. About weaponry and see if he can figure out what the heck Rast is. Basically.
Yeah.
He just simply says, I'll be back. Hopefully it won't be long in this massive place.
Hopefully, we run risk of getting caught the longer we stay here.
He nods. All right, I'll be quiet then.
How much time has passed?
And basically that in total interaction of you guys trying to figure out how to navigate this, it took about 30 minutes or so.
All right.
Because
Shade,
just it takes more time to walk around than to get the things actually.
yeah, Shade's gonna continue to stay near Amphara and start preparing to cast another Pass Without Trace if need be.
As you kind of skim over her shoulder, just out of looking at the book, it does have vague reminiscence of your monastery and kind of how you guys manipulate magic now, but it's kind of a crude and maybe some of the things you don't use type thing. So there's opportunities to probably pick up more tricks that even the monastery probably doesn't know.
Shade's just kind of looking this over Amphara's shoulder and is just like, intriguing. They don't teach a couple of these techniques at my monastery.
You do, but when you do read some things that are, you're like, that's definitely, the monastery definitely teaches that. So like, it has a base of source, and like, it's almost like the monastery might have gotten some information from here before.
When you're done with that book, may I take a look at it?
Of course.
Thank you.
I have a question, Proto.
Yes,
Could I go look around possibly for any necromancy-based book? Like
absolutely. Dude,
Okay.
that's abundant here.
Oh no.
Oh lord.
You're welcome to the Shadowfell. It's
Are we bringing James back?
Shut up.
no,
Oh god.
absolutely not.
Ah! Let the poor boy rest.
Oh god, thank God you didn't thank God Delphi didn't stay there. Imagine the spells she would learn.
I was looking
So
around at
excited.
different books and stuff. I dropped my dice again. What the...
Rosa got up. She said, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if there's anything in Elvish or anything.
Don't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try not to.
All right, I'm gonna jump to Corvus real quick.
Alright.
Since he was in his own group.
I'm gonna go put Finn in the end.
All right, Corvus.
Yeah, what's up?
What are you doing in this time span while everyone's kind of looking around?
Well, I guess after watching everybody just kind of like walk off to find some books, I guess Corvus would gain enough curiosity to go check out some illusion magic.
Interesting. Go ahead and roll me a luck.
No.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna have to
okay.
find my other dice later. I'm gonna have to use...
When you when you walk towards the what you think is the illusionary section, you end up walking into kind of a history of monsters section.
Corvus just kind of goes, this place is too big!
Yes.
You
we
kinda
will
hear,
go
oh, From the loud shouting, you kind of hear a rumble, and the just general shaking of a heavy stone.
God fucking damn it.
We run the risk.
Do the bookshelves like touch the ceiling?
Yes, some of them do. Ones that are kind of built into the columns, those ones do.
Okay.
As the rumbling stops, a few books come falling down, and one falls on your head.
Well, fuck.
When it fell and its pages are open, you see a vaguely familiar form, but it doesn't look to be a changeling.
Corvus like rubs at his head where the binding of the book smacked against him, and he bends down and picks up the book and kind of flicks through it a little bit.
You, at a quick glance, there's a lot of creatures in here that seem to be able to change forms, and you also find there's in the kind of middle of the book or so, you can find some druidic magic talked about in here, and some transformations and stuff like that. You see bits and pieces of some devils like Incubus and Succubus.
Ooh, fun.
And then near the back, you find a larger section of a more society of changelings. So it went from like demons, fiends that shapeshift to like a druidic magic. To a kind of a doppelganger section to a natural changeling section, and the changeling section is rather large compared to your doppelganger section.
How many pages is the changeling section?
I don't know, like I'm gonna say 100 pages or so, but like kind of it's a good section of the book.
Okay.
I'll end up
So it
summarizing
would not
most
be
of it.
wise to rip out 3 pages.
You can rip out interesting pages if you want.
Oh fuck that! You cut out.
You can rip out pages if you want, if you find them of interest. But this definitely seems to have a kind of a focused study on correlation if these monsters are the same, or are they all based in the same realm kind of feel in it. So this was like probably a scholar studying this specific culture.
Fuck. Corvus is going to like earmark the page and kind of like tuck that into his bag.
Okay. That one, for the record, is the reason you can tell is because there's a lot of imagery. It still has some heavy hints of Zilgamesh in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the pages when it opened up had illustrations of basically the succubus and druidic ways and stuff like that. So
Makes sense. Can I go find some illusion magic now?
yes, you can. You just rolled really poorly, so
No shit.
since I dealt with you, I'm gonna roll me a luck one, and then I'm gonna go jump over to Zara and Demi. Or sorry,
7.
You can't see, but I'm shaking my head.
Delphi.
I'm never gonna find illusion magic.
That was a 7. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it only me and my characters that you get mixed?
I don't
You
know.
with other people or my characters with each other?
Maybe you're
It's
just not
probably
memorable.
I juggle too many things,
Wow.
and people say mean things. Bad.
I promise
Tony.
I don't actually mean that.
Bad Tony.
Yeah, don't worry. The kids in kindergarten did worse.
Zara and Delphi. What are
Yes.
you up to?
Probably walking around in the middle of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Which kid are you going to adopt next?
No.
There's opportunities.
God damn it.
Maybe this time you'll get Shady Kyle?
Not
Shady
really.
Kyle's the person under the bridge that lives in Bisram. Hold up here. I forgot what you guys bought from him, to be honest.
You didn't buy anything.
Zara, you also have advantage on anything you want to basically look for in this library,
Nice.
because you've had a day or two to kind of navigate your way around.
Actually, can I roll insight on her to see if I can figure out that she knows something?
I mean, certainly. Roll an insight. Yeah, you could roll an insight on her.
6. Apparently, I'm just really happy that she's here.
Yes.
Okay, what first?
Oh, I forgot to place Dakamos. So Dakamos is with you, obviously.
Yeah.
Great.
Dakamos speaks up. I want to figure out the thing in the swamp.
Yeah. Any idea where books about that would?
Any idea where books about that would be?
Make an intelligence check. Dakamos kind of describes the creature to you.
Intelligence.
God damn it! That's a 3.
Zara, what'd you roll?
13.
Nice. You know where the monster section's at, so you would probably start there. To you, it kind of sounds like something from a different plane, roughly, from like the quick kind of description of it,
Okay.
and from its looks. You remember coming across a book, something about creatures from an outer plane, or not from. It's not from a specific plane, but the stuff that lies between.
Mhm.
And it often has interesting abilities and quirks and sounds lethal enough to fit that category.
Nice.
As you make your way over there, you notice that section. You see several books have fallen from a very high height.
I wonder why.
Beats me.
I'm gonna slightly look over at Dak and say, "Did you do this?"
He just shakes his head. No, I didn't even make it this far.
All right.
I was lucky enough to escape some of the banshees.
Oh.
Wow.
Banshees are fun. What are you talking about?
Well, he kind of looks at you guys. Well, banshees do like follow you. You know that, right?
Yeah. I just thought you'd be sneakier than that.
I can't really hide my life essence, though.
That's true.
Is that how they go after you?
Huh? Say again?
Is that how they go after you?
I mean, it took several miles for me to get away. I had to run almost to the edge of town, but by then, one of those alkalites found me, and I kind of got frozen in place, and then before I knew it, I was out cold.
I'm gonna make a quick perception
Sounds
check
fun.
to see if I notice them. If they're around us.
Banshees?
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
You check some corners and you look all the way down, and you can see there's a Banshee kind of like tracing the path you guys are going. So it like went off to the one direction, and now it's going up the bookshelves. So it seems to be almost following.
We might want to hurry a bit.
We have a Banshee, don't we?
Yeah, we got a Banshee.
Great.
All right. He turns to Uzar and like, do you know exactly what book to grab, or should I just start grabbing some?
I don't know exactly. So just
Kinda
roll,
just-
yes. Mhm.
Corvus, you kind of hear a little bit of their voice carrying over, since you're closest in proximity.
Oh, fun.
Dakin was like, well, I'm gonna just grab whatever books looks right. Secondary question: how do you read any of these? How do I know I'm grabbing the right thing?
Chuckle.
Just grab. I don't know. Just grab a book.
Zar, you would actually know how to read all these, and you would know the specific reasons what the tables are. Would you like me to tell you now?
Yes.
Okay. So, each table, if a table has 3 lenses, it probably has a comprehend language, a true sight, and it has uh, a uh, a protection magic. Because some books are dangerous to open up and may even just harm you. There's some books that you simply can't read, and then there's some books that have secrets within them, which each lens kind of filters for each thing. If it's a very powerful book, you may need more than one.
Okay. And that's on the tables.
Those are at the rescripting tables,
Mhm.
because they are using kind of new instruments and acolytes to kind of rescript some of the older text to a not dead language.
Mhm.
And each lens that all the lenses are at a higher level, both for the protection of the acolyte because of the dangerous potential, and since the script is very old, you need to know a little bit about the language for the comprehend language to take a little hold. So that's where the Mummy Lord kind of comes in and kind of fills in the gap.
So, also, I have Eyes of the Rune Keeper, and it says I can read all writing. So does that help with this?
Correct. You can instinctively read more of the writing, and you've been able to kind of pick up some bits and pieces of Zika Mess. So now your Rune of the Eyes Keeper can now kind of read bits and pieces of ancient Zika Mess.
Okay.
So it comes pretty native to you as you start looking around. So that's why you kind of have advantage for all these little things in the library, conveniently enough.
Okay. So just looking at the books around, would any of them seem like they would have the creature that he's looking for in it?
You look down. You quickly just kind of go down the aisle to see if there's anything that catches your eye. Most of these might not be the one, so you go flip on the other side of the bookshelf, and you kind of go down that row, and you eventually find a few that are kind of clumped together. They kind of sound vaguely familiar. Some's like otherworldly beings, otherworldly travels, and like abominations to avoid, stuff like that. They sound a little more promising, so you can just grab those.
Okay, I grab notes.
Now that Dakamos was following you very quickly, he turns to Delphine like, is there anything else we need?
You think we could just find some books about monsters here, just in general, so we at least know what we might deal with?
Probably. You got a general book? He turns to Uzar. You know where to find a very general monsters guide kind of book, adventuring book.
Okay, then I go there and get that book.
And you simply just pick that one up because it's very self-explained in one of the earlier translations. Because that one turned out to be much more useful than some of the other jibber jabber.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
you now have a small reference guide for monsters in the area and region. I will tell you more bits and pieces when you want to look up like a specific monster of the region.
Okay.
Haha! We would shall at least know some idea about our foes now.
Yeah, to give you an idea of maybe what they're weak to, maybe how tough they can be on occasion. Does it take a lot to bring them down, or are they very fragile? Stuff like that. Are they from this dimension? That's also another good question.
Yeah.
With that, not too long, you start kind of hearing a whooshing sound as it sounds like the spirit is getting closer as it follows your
Hmm.
trail.
Sounds like we should
So we
move.
want to run. Do we want to run?
How
Uh,
much time has
Time
passed?
to
at
run?
this
Yes.
This is all in that like 30-minute window of you guys kind of rushing around to figure things out.
Just want to make sure. You guys should still technically be fine because by
Still can't find
Pass
my
Without
dice
Traces
anywhere.
standards, you're still considered quote unquote invisible.
So secondarily, you Zara, you would also know that pendant that you carry around makes you perceived as undead to the Banshees.
Ah, so I'm safe. But
Correct.
they're fine.
Correct.
Great. So we should move.
They
All
should
right,
move.
let's go grab the others.
All right. Corvus, you finally make your way to a magic section that looks to be illusionary.
Finally! This better be what I'm fucking looking for.
You also realize you can't read a lot of it, but you're just kind of grabbing a book that looks to be
Interesting.
Sure, because
interesting.
I know 3 languages.
You grab one and it's has more accents all along the book. It looks to be more promising of a of knowledge since it's such well kept and has a very nice exterior. You can grab a few others that kind of are not as fancy, and they may or may not do the trick before you start hearing the footsteps of 3 other people show up, which is Zara, Dakamos, and Delphi.
We might want to start leaving.
Yeah.
Corvus just glares at them and just goes, I spent how long trying to find the illusion magic and I just found it now and you're telling me I have to leave?
As you
Yeah.
hear, as Corvus speaks very loudly, the book starts to shake again above you as more books tumbling down.
Can we
God
not
dang it.
be so loud? It is a library that we're not
Sure.
supposed
I'm
to be
okay
in.
with this because the last time this happened, I got bonked on the head and found a fairly interesting book. So Corvus looks at any of the books that are lying on the ground now.
Roll me a luck.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I like my luck rolls. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm saying oh my god because not only does your yelling
16.
knock down books, but
16.
it also alerts the fucking
You look through the books, and these don't look to be any of use. Your quick glance, the writing is not in a very magical script, so it doesn't look like it wasn't even used for scholarship, like scholar or practice. The only one you notice when you go through it, back through, is with silver in lettering, but then a couple other ones are in different text letters. Is the only fancy book. It looks like it might have some crude spells in here that might be useful later.
It's in his bag.
Okay. You hear
Wait,
the
are there
sound
any
of-
abyssal books?
there is, but you're on a timer, so
I
you
want
don't.
an abyssal book, damn it!
You might have to come back later or figure something else out here. As you start hearing the Banshee, he make a lot more noise as it hears the books rumble.
Time to
Corvus,
go.
Corvus is going to mage hand some of the books around him, and he's going to fling them across to the other side of the library and make a minor illusion 30 feet away that is similar to what he was doing earlier. Screaming.
Okay. You do so. Let's see what it
I feel bad for
Okay.
whoever has to clean these up.
Same, I feel bad for trashing the
As you
library.
realize you're one of the people that's supposed to clean it up.
Yeah.
Good thing there's other alkalites. Not my problem. I wasn't planning to be here long anyway.
It's fine.
I'm just here to mess with stuff.
As you do that and you send the form, you see the Banshee kind of see the head rotate and kind of follow the illusion, and kind of makes a general starts making louder screams towards the illusion, but when it goes out of sight, it kind of holds back and starts following. You got yourself a little time.
I imagine the others over by Infara hear the screaming of the noise of the
You
Banshee.
hear the secondary, more loud noises that it was starting to get worked up about.
Okay. Shade would be like, I don't want to rush you, Infara, but we need to get a move on.
Just let me finish this. Only
It's
You're cutting
fascinating.
out.
Yeah.
Let me finish this. Hold on.
yes. Wait. I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi is being really trashy, and you guys have been cutting out for the past hour or so.
Sorry.
It's okay. She just
You don't
simply
have-
replied.
To Wi-Fi. Ha!
Shade would just simply
My
reply.
laptop that I can literally burn myself on.
Oh no.
Shade would be like, yes, I know it's intriguing, but we're really low on time.
You see Kane already rushing back. It looks like he grabbed a few books.
May I quickly look for necromancy books?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me a luck.
That's a D20 plus.
It's just a D20 to see how likely you are to find it.
Okay.
Really been
So
trying to find orc stuff.
I got a
Zara's the
19.
only one that can really navigate it because he spent at least 2 days here.
All right. I
Finley's
got a
lost.
19.
19. You do find the magic section, and this one looks to be new creations for necromancies. It doesn't look to have as many books, but it has lots of books like in a half circle table behind it with like looks like ingredients and whatever special ingredients underneath this new scope. Looks like they're literally creating new spell.
She's gonna go over there. Sorry, the dog in the background is kind of being loud. She's gonna go over to the circle.
Mhm.
And I want her to try to. Does she understand it? The language? Is it in common?
This new language, it's not really common, but it's like when you read script of Arcane, it's kind of weird to look at in general, and you can tell because it has usually a shimmer and a shine that you can kind of tell it's magical, along with the accents of many unique components that surround the desk. Kind of gives the indication that this was someone creating literal wizard spells from what they found in the library.
Rosette looks intrigued, but
Anything you kind of read in here, like you can see the written form of Speak with Dead. It's like something you would recognize. This would be like a wizard found Speak with Dead, and then he transcribed it in his book to refer back to this later.
Rosa bites the bottom of her lip a little bit and goes back to the bookshelf.
By the time you hit the bookshelf, you start hearing that awful scream in the distance as well. Yeah, it was just the minor one.
She's gonna take about 3 or 4 books off the shelf,
Okay.
just in hopes, and rushes to Infara, Shade, and I think that's it. Who's there?
All right. You grab
Where the
what's
fuck
off
is
the-
Kane?
I just I must have cut out. I was saying Kane was already running back, and it looked like he had 2 books in his possession.
All
Hey, Luke,
right.
can I quickly do something?
Yeah, you have time. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look for. You know what? I'm gonna look for Ranger books.
You're on a tight schedule since you're closer to the Banshee. So, just give me
While we're, if you think it's on the way there, is what I'm saying. Because if she has to go out of her way, then no.
you kind of passed that section.
All right, what
little
about
bit.
Bard?
You can find some scripts for new songs that you haven't learned.
Ooh, songs! Yes!
Some have some unique instruments that aren't found in this area, but you could probably get some.
Yeah, we take those then.
You usually pick up 2 or 3 books that are based in music script. Before you hear the Banshee kind of sound like it gets upset again and starts moving towards the direction it had a trail on.
Okay, we might want to really start running.
Dakamos is like, where's everyone else?
Goddamn, I don't have a spell to get the others' attention with.
Well, let's start with going the opposite direction of the ghost.
Good idea.
That's a good one, yeah.
And you do so quickly. I assume Corvus is coming along too. Yes? No?
Can
Tony, you
monster
there?
work on
When
it?
you died.
No, I'm here.
Alright.
I'm sorry. I think my Wi-Fi keeps bugging out because literally my headset just keeps cutting out, or Discord is bugging out. Like I don't.
Is it me or is it just you guys?
It's
Yeah.
everybody for me.
Okay.
So
I think we need to change the servers. What is
I
it
will-
called?
Do so in a minute.
Okay.
Can I theoretically charm?
No. Banshees, no.
With
And well,
I would
Remember,
not suggest fucking with a banshee.
Or like, it's
and
just come around here.
hello?
Who the fuck changed the server region to Russia?
I did not.
I thought we did it for memes.
what, Proto?
I don't have
Hey,
power. Don't look at me. Unless I
don't know
do.
how to change a server region on a Discord server, but I know how to do it in calls, but
I changed it back to Europe because now it should be better. Brianna,
It was Europe
Do
before I changed it to
not.
Russia. Because usually when I'm in a DM call and I change it to Russia, it works. Okay? It was Europe before.
Haha.
please don't ever change it because Russia is
Farther
very
for
far away
everyone.
from me. So the Wi-Fi signal is just going to be shit.
It's farther for all the Americans too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. Russia is cool, but please don't ever Discord.
Just
Just
not for D&D. Everywhere else it's fine. All right.
Continuing.
With that, I assume Corvus also follows along with them running the opposite direction of the ghost.
What about Finley?
Finley's been lost.
Finley
Turned the
was
corner.
like Finley was exploring, and I forgot about her.
Yeah.
We might have to
yeah.
backtrack for a moment. What were you doing, Finley?
Finley was looking for books about orcs and royalty. Mainly
Orcs and royalty. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
When she couldn't find any books about orcs, she was like, okay, time to go do actual research and try to find anything about royalty. See if there is anything here.
Good thing you came to this library.
Okay.
Give me a luck roll like everyone else.
I got 15.
15.
I'm not
I will
even
say
sure.
that's good enough that you kind of stumble around and find a kind of what you would call a government system.
Hmm.
And you found, as you were looking through, you kind of found stuff about orc culture and how they kind of deal as a people, and how they worship kind of a god named Orcus. Is that the right name? I think it is.
Hmm.
I'll have to look it up. But and he's a one-eyed god, and he values strength and savagery.
Hmm.
He's a god that's often at ends with other gods, and is kind of a destructive force. But
Okay, then.
that's the normal god. That's the what god you would normally play to if you were an orc, full blood orc, or maybe half orc.
Right.
Ooh.
Hmm. Is it possible for me to try and take the book with me?
Oh yeah, you could certainly take the book.
Ooh. Now when I realize that I'm lost, so I have no idea where to find anyone.
I have a question, and this is more so for the party than for the DM.
Okay.
Does anybody know Morse code?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Fuck.
No. Not for a long time.
I used to know it.
Well, I don't mean like the people themselves. I mean the characters. Would they?
Nah.
Corvus probably would.
Corvus
He is military.
He's the only one that would probably have a basis in that, and also in deciphering secret codes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because of military background.
Shade, assuming it's common knowledge, is going to just use some minor illusions to kind of Morse code out a message to everybody, centering from somewhere within her range, but not at her, so
Okay.
the Banshee can't track it.
Okay.
At least not easily. Saying, "Meet us where we came in. Hurry."
Random ticking noise. That is not good.
Fuck, too many NPCs. You also hear that, Finley, the tapping noise. You also start hearing the wails of the witch, and everyone's a little split up, but kind of in the same half of the building now. Well, I forgot his name. I'm doomed.
Ooh, what?
I got the actual like series of
Dakamos.
clips right here.
There.
Got it. Dakamos turns to you. That's not a good sign either, is it?
I have a feeling not.
Probably not.
As you guys are kind of going towards it's kind of towards the direction you're going away from the Banshee.
Oh. Hmm.
The Banshee would be behind you at this point, and the sound would be closer to the door, but in vision of Shade. And you hear it kind of from that angle, as you hear a tapping. Feel free to make an intelligence check, Corvus, since you are the most likely with the background to understand.
Yeah.
It could be Morse code. It's kind of you've never done this before, so it's kind of like no one realizes what this is.
Getting
14.
creative, okay.
It works. Oh, sorry, it's Grumis. My mistake.
14?
14. As you start hearing that ticking like everyone else, it kind of has a kind of a rhythm to it, or and like a pause, and then it kind of keeps going. And you might not exactly know what it means, but you know it's a form of communication.
Sick. I'm
When you-
so helpful today.
I mean, that's far more useful than everyone else being like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Do we scatter?
Scatter. Everyone run in opposite directions.
True.
We'll all be fine.
Yeah,
Alright,
totally.
Okay, so Corvus turns to. What is with Corvus right now?
Demi, Zara, and Dakimus.
You mean
Okay,
Delphi?
Delphi, not Demi.
Yeah.
Demi is by herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so he turns to those guys, and he just goes, "Oh, I think someone's trying to send a message. I didn't exactly catch what it was though, but I got the feeling it was them telling us to get the fuck out of here. So
Makes sense.
Good hunch. So you guys kind of start heading as a group towards the sound then.
hmm
Demi, what do you do when you hear the sound? And technically, Rosa, what do you do when you hear the sound?
I'm trying to find. I quickly try to find everybody. Like, okay.
Rosa, I'm gonna roll an intelligence check on her.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah. Make that a 3, so she doesn't know.
Demi, you said you were a slave at some point, correct? From your
Correct.
backstory. I want you to make an intelligence roll.
I got a nat 20.
Hey!
You remember back from your past that you weren't allowed to talk to certain people in your in your servitude, and so a way to communicate with the other half and people you knew, you remember picking up a kind of Morse code, crudely, with knocking and using different items, like maybe just a mug or like a wooden sound, just to throw the nobles off of what you were doing, but also able to communicate. And you picked up pretty well that was a we need to get out of here and meet up at the
Okay.
front door.
Okay now.
What a nice roll for Demi.
Yay. I'm gonna put this in my little stone chair chat. Now I know Morse code.
Yeah, that works. Natural 20 for the win. You got one person that knows Morse code and one that just needs to kind of be reminded a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice. All that matters
Yeah,
is I
whatever.
got their attention and they're somewhat heading my way.
All right.
Yeah.
Quickly, you guys start all kind of convening into where the sound was, and you guys quickly all meet face and see each other as you kind of come between the different bookshelves, coming across each other.
And Var just finished reading the chapter, so now she gets up.
Shade's gonna be like, is that the same book that had the information about where her monastery got the information that they had and
Mhm.
inspired their training?
Yeah, you notice there's some references to that. Yeah.
Okay, Shade's
So
gonna.
I pocket that book
Okay.
because I'm not done reading it. I'm just done with the first chapter.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
And I also pocket the other book that I found, which was written in common.
That I also forget what was written about because you guys picked up a lot of books.
Cool.
Yes.
I know it was something about magic.
Just throw in if I described your book, go ahead and just throw me a quick reminder in your notes if I've forgotten.
Oh, that's a good idea. Does
Because
anyone
I'll-
remember what that book was about?
No.
Nope.
Oh, it was history. It was the history. It was the history translation.
What was the college called
Was
again?
it the history translation?
It might have been, but that's what I'm going with off the top of my head.
Okay.
Prada? What was the college called again? College of...
This is you've been calling it Nas Oculus. That's for me to look at and just remember. Oh, these still exist.
So
As you guys all convene, you start hearing the Banshee come closer. You guys are all grouped, and you guys can do as you please or move how you please.
Shade would literally be. She actually kind of has a look of amazement on her face, like, "Wow, I'm surprised you all know Morse code."
I don't.
What the what?
What?
She's
Corpse
then
holds
gonna.
up a finger and just goes, "Nope, we're not. We're leaving. We're getting out of here. Don't ever do what you did again, because it was a lucky guess on my part. I
Sure.
doubt these idiot for brains
Commander.
actually understood what you were saying."
Shade
I
has
knew
a
it meant A.
Shade has a disheartened look on her face, and it's just like, remind me at some point to teach you Morse code. Then, anyways, yes,
We'll
yes,
do
yes,
that
yes. We
instead,
need to
but
hurry.
let's go.
We need to hurry.
If you guys want to learn most Morse code, it will be a week of training.
That's
Which Shade
fine.
can happily provide.
All right, just a heads up.
And Shade's just going to. Has it been an hour yet?
No, you guys still have about 15 minutes maybe left on your spell.
Okay, Shade's gonna be like, we've only got a short amount of time left on the concentration. We need to go now.
All right.
All right, you lead
Which
the
way?
way.
Are you heading back the way you came in? Or are you going to see if
Yes.
there's a second exit?
We're going to. We're gonna go back the way we came, or at least that's where Shade's gonna lead.
Are you guys wanting to be stealthy about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously.
Go,
Oh
go ahead and roll a group stealth, and I'll probably take the average.
19.
Oh boy.
Somebody roll that 20.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, fuck off!
Good start.
17.
I got
24.
It's funny you said
21.
that. It's
25.
Funny you said somebody roll a nat 20.
Hey, someone did. No, I got net 29. Net 1.
Yeah,
I got a
24.
nat 20.
All right. With the nat 20, Shane very easily directs everyone in the direction where you're supposed to leave. And then as you guys go over, Rosa's foot catches a chair on the way out, and she stumbles into a bookshelf as several books come tumbling
Ooh.
down to the floor. Kind of giving away a little bit of the direction you're in as you start hearing kind of a louder wheezing from the Banshee as you guys make your escape.
I mean, hey, it's a semi-suitable distraction as long as Rosa remembers, oh shit, right, I need to run.
Yeah,
She does.
she usually just picks herself back up and continues running it as a group. As best you can. You stole a lot of books. Someone's gonna notice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I
they
mean, we
won't know
kind of
it's
made a
us.
mess of the library.
It's fine. They won't know it's us. Pass without trace literally prevents any trace of us being there.
It's magical.
But books.
Magic.
Not books thrown across the library.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're not gonna look for fingerprints.
No, the fingerprints are hidden too. It leaves behind all tracks like that.
Oh.
Nice.
Good,
Fancy.
good spell.
Yeah.
With that, you start hearing the Banshee kind of fade through things as you guys run down the hall, all the way to the front and to the front door. The door is shut once again.
Yay.
Zara.
I open the door.
All right. As Zara puts up her emblem and opens up the door, you hear the and the doors start to open.
Go,
Uh,
go.
Any of you guys that look back, you see there are two other Banshees that also face through the walls on the far side.
We need to go now.
Rosa
And
is
you guys-
pushing through to get out of the door.
You guys squeeze through; it's barely open, and as you guys start running through the forest, you guys got very lucky.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, how many of us would have died if we had interacted with the Banshee?
Yes.
Probably
You
all.
would have slaughtered the Banshee flat out, but the Banshee is not the challenge. It will alert a lot other problems.
Yeah.
And
Shit,
the fact
what a
that Demi was so observant Or not Demi, Delphi.
Delphi.
Oh my god.
It's Finley and Delphi.
Yes.
Should I just
Brain,
rename
do it.
myself to Dem Dem right from now on?
No, you're fine. I'll get it eventually. I'm just terrible.
No, here. This will help you, baby.
There we go. Anyway,
And you guys quickly make your way out of the main building. As you see, you return back to the dark, gloomy skies. Thank goodness, Delphi was observant since you guys walked in.
yeah.
The
Because
queen
that-
of perception returns.
You didn't roll very high, but the fact that you made perception checks made the difference of you didn't get surprised by that banshee.
I was making a joke about Cobalt's campaign.
We
But it's
Wait, what?
funny. Felicity.
Oh, no. We're not talking about
But
Felicity.
a ding!
Oh, I just realized my name's Corvus.
My name is Corvus.
Holy shit, my name is Corvus.
Uh,
I never knew.
On Discord, my name's Corvus now. I didn't notice that.
yeah.
Bree and Melon, I couldn't change your names, so you guys might want to do that for yourselves. Maybe this could help Proto a little bit.
It never does. Because
Yeah,
if I
it
wa-
never does.
if I watch the Discord, I'll end up getting distracted somehow.
Okay, I was trying to find a way to help you, bud.
And
I
then
mean-
there's me, just Dem Dem.
That's the best we can do. We'll get there.
Shade.
Where are you guys running? Are you running the direction you came towards the cave? You want to head the direction back to main town? Do you want to head somewhere in the wilderness, or do you want to hide somewhere on campus? Like you got all the directions.
I don't
Shade.
think hiding on campus is a good idea, honestly.
Let's go back to the resistance.
Shade would suggest going back to the cave since we've kind of already we risked too much at the campus and we also are kind of in trouble in town.
Yeah,
Rosa's
kinda.
like, let's go to the cave. Besides, I need to bury a body there.
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry, we
Nothing.
need to what?
okay.
Nothing.
Dakamos is like, I don't think the hideout's a very good place for a bunch of us. Maybe a few of us, but not this many people.
We're not
As you
splitting.
guys,
Out of character, we're not splitting the party. Not anymore. I
Nope.
am demanding we stay
Why not?
together. It's too much trouble separating us.
No,
you guys
we
are
should
fine.
always split the party. It's the best thing you can do.
Welcome to Chaotic Evil Idiots. We always separate the party at every opportunity we get.
You do have the
Congrats on
firepower.
separating the party again, guys.
I'm proud of it.
So what I'm doing is
As you
splitting
guys
the
start
party.
leaving, you hear thunderstrike.
Oh, that's
And it
promising.
sounds like it came from inside the library.
I can
We
do
should
that
go.
too, you fucko.
Don't
We should
please.
run.
We should go.
Yeah, probably.
Rosa is
Hey, who
pushing
wants
Corvus's back.
invisibility?
You guys make it the next 15 minutes without leaving a single trail as you run through the forest towards the cave.
Yes.
I want a new stealth check now that the spells wore off. You still
that's
have
okay,
a little
I'll
ways
just-
to the cave.
I'll just spend some more points and cast it again.
Okay.
Well, about
Um,
the rest anyways, it's fine.
I'll just let you guys keep your same stealth, and then we'll just continue headed out. It seems you've managed to escape the college with very little intervention.
Yeah.
As you guys return back to the cave, as this is apparently your designated hideout today,
Yay!
for the time being.
for the time being.
Rosa's gonna go directly to the guy she killed
Uh-huh.
and pick him up and try to get him out of the cave before the group notices.
Can I know this? Can I see if I know this?
make a stealth check with big disadvantage
Yeah, Shade would.
because there's only one entrance to the cave.
17.
My passive perception is 18.
You do start walking out of the cave. You mostly cover up the body using your body, but the hyper awareness cat is takes notice.
Shade's just giving Rosa a look.
as you carried into the woods.
Alright, who wants to hear me practice some new songs as she holds up her book?
Nope, I'm out. Walks away.
Sarah!
Yeah, no.
Ifara makes her way down to the pond again with the book in hand. The one in common.
Okay.
Proto, I'm gonna message you what Rosa's doing.
Shade is
Okay.
Shade
Oh, we
already
don't
took-
have our secret channels. That's alright.
Shade already took note of what Rosa's doing, goes in, probably notices the body missing, just kind of nods, goes over to catch up with Infara.
Alright,
You're
you watch
gonna have a talking to later, Rosa.
You watch as Infara, instead of staying in the main part, he climbs down into the deeper part of the cave.
Yeah, I'm going back to the maze.
The caverns? Do you actually want to go down
caverns.
into the caverns?
I want to go just a little bit away, like just a straight line as far as I can go.
Kane watches you jump down, and then he quickly follows. He's like, "You care if I join you?"
No, not at all. I'm just looking for a quiet place to read.
Shade would
Gotcha.
also kind of follow. She's already normally quiet. It's like she's not even there, but she would make her presence known to them and just be like, "I would be interested too, mostly to look at the other book."
Sure, but I don't know if you can read it like that because it is in another language.
The difficulties of other languages.
Did she take the thing?
Nope.
It is for how heavy did you say it was
10
again?
pounds.
It's easily 10 pounds and unwieldy.
That.
But
My strength is 10.
she could have easily
No.
carried it. It's more the unwieldy part that makes it difficult.
No. I refuse. I, as a person, would never even try to attempt to fucking carry that shit. Fuck that. I'm using dancing lights, by the way, because scared of the dark.
Me.
Okay.
Shade would just kind of sigh at that and be like, "Oh, right, I forgot we needed that thing. Damn. Wanted to see what else I could learn about my monastery besides my training."
You could always go back and steal one.
I could. It'd
I'm
be a
not
lot easier
carrying
on my
that.
own.
Wait, did I memorize the runes?
Did you memorize the runes? You
Uh,
did look at them specifically. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Yes. That's a natural 20.
You can replicate the runes. You might need some ingredients to do so, but you can. And maybe some like glass to go
Well,
along with that.
obviously.
The only thing you really can't replicate about the spells is the quality, like the strength of them, because they were
Yeah, but
high
I
levels.
But I can replicate something similar to it, hopefully, so that's gonna be good enough.
All right. Cheers to you, Nat 20, and you're all goodnessness.
Oh yeah, I also look around the cavern, like the cavern, cavern, walls while we're walking. Is there like anything at all there that stands out, or is it literally just cave, Johnson?
When you start looking through, you do see you see it leads down to thought process, processing, reading.
Loading,
You-
please wait.
Yeah, sorry. I can't read and talk at the same time, of course. It goes down deeper. You can obviously see where the water, when it overflows and the water goes down deeper into the cave system, that it leaves a slick area, but there is a buildup of smaller rocks that kind of build up on the side that kind of fall out of the stream that eventually build up, and you probably could use as more rock chairs. If you're looking for a place
Anything
to
else?
Oh, you're
No,
looking
I'm just
for...
looking around to see if there's like anything to this cave at all other than
Oh.
rocks.
In that case, yeah, there's you can see there's plenty of plants and other fungi and of such that are grown in this cave system.
What fungi are there?
Some of them are a bit luminous, and you recall they have spots on them. You traveled as a kid from the Underdark, as you recall.
Are they the fungi that I think they are?
They are a close relative. They have been slightly twisted in form, due to the Shadowfell magic. So maybe it's worse, maybe it's better.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Due to the realm, you probably assume it's worse.
And Farah like makes a
I'll be right back, guys.
alright.
Okay, sorry.
Makes a face that kind of just goes like when she like sees the mushroom, and she just like points at it with the tip of her foot, like, those, don't touch them. And if you do touch them, hold your breath.
Shade nods.
Kane looks at it and like, what's wrong with them? Are they poisonous?
Yes.
Noted.
I'm guessing I have to roll for what do I roll when I lie again? Help
Deception.
me.
You
Deception.
can roll a deception. Instinctively, Kane is not really gonna question you. It's just more if you roll bad, he can tell.
Shade will. She's an
Well, sucks to suck because I rolled 23.
Hey,
I have a +5 in deception.
I rolled a 23 as well with a +8 in insight.
Oh God.
Jesus, man.
I'm a smart cat.
But that means that I still technically, if we were going by just like the dice, I probably rolled higher.
Yes, but also no. I mean, yes, you did roll higher because you technically rolled a 17, I think,
Mhm.
and I rolled a 15. But it evens out because I have a +8 modifier for insight.
Am I just forgetting you guys are level 8?
We are level 8.
We are level 8, yes.
What are you talking about, Robo?
I'm trying to. How'd you get to 23 without adding the +8? Is my question.
No, that is with the +8.
That is with the +8.
Ah, okay, we're good now. I'm like 31. You shouldn't be rolling
Yes.
31s yet. Like,
Yes, I'm rolling 23 on a d20.
that's what I'm questioning. Like, am I missing something here?
I'm magicked 3 extra spots.
All right, that's fine. No D24s, please.
Those are fun.
They are. I rolled them for time of day sometimes.
So do I deceive the cat?
You rolled a 23 and he rolled a 23.
Yeah, but mine is +5 and his is +8.
You're a bit suspicious of what he's saying, but he's also seems rather confident that they're unsafe. She's still a bit hard for you to read. You haven't fully figured her out, but do you think you've kind of caught on?
She's gonna shrug at that and just be like, very well.
Alright.
Kane kind of
If-
turns to you. Can we use those for anything?
Can we? Can I roll intelligence on that?
Sure.
I actually have an idea.
Oh, by the way, Delphi is gonna be trying to read the books.
Alright.
Okay.
17. Intelligence.
You do know if you can gather the substance from the mushroom and use it in both components and like poisons, and like you can turn it into things. You just kind of have to be careful harvesting it, because if you harvest it, you might be affected. Tony?
Fun.
Okay.
I
I
have.
love how it just came back and that happened.
I have an idea. Could I
Um,
theoretically make sleep darts out of them?
you can make darts out of them. Yes.
I mean, I have the darts already, but like if I coat them in the spore a certain way.
If you try to
You
collect the
can.
spore from those things, and Farah's going to leave you.
You can try as you wish. I mean, it's kind of how you want to do it. Like everything, if I describe it, it's up for grabs, man. Like
Shades.
Also, remember, this is the we're not in the Underdark, are we? No, we are.
you are in the Underdark of the Shadowfell.
That great. This is the Shadowfell variant, so they might actually sleep forever if you do that.
Shade's gonna keep it in the back of her mind and check back later.
Okay. I am excited to see where that goes.
Welcome back.
You may or may not need to find a professional that's skilled in alchemy of sorts.
That is fair.
Other than the fungi, is there anything of interest on the floor or the walls or
You look-
heck the ceiling?
You look further down and you see more things glowing in the dark, and then you see it kind of move, and then it kind of flows downwards, and then kind of poof.
If Farah follows it.
Shade is just Farah.
We're gonna jump back to you later, Dan. We're gonna go to outside.
Let's do bad decisions tonight.
You can do bad decisions. All right, going back to the main part of the cave, and to the outside with Cobalt. Did you want? Let's see. Did you want to attempt any of those now, Rosa?
She's muted.
Let's see here.
She excused herself a while
Oh.
ago.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'll jump to Demi, or I'll jump to Finley or Zara, or whoever else is in the cave.
I think that's everyone else, basically.
Yeah. Everyone else. What are you
Guess
guys
what kind
doing?
of books I got?
When you're looking through your books, you have a book that has and then it kind of has magical enhancements for brews. So you play music while you're brewing certain drinks or whatnot, and it gives it kind of magical enhancements. It's not to a specific brew, but the specific song is said to bring forth more of the potency of most drinks, and sometimes and then it has examples of sometimes done wrong, it will give an undesirable effect or make it not a good thing to have. It will have an undesirable effect. Usually, it's to help enhance your beverage of choice, whether it be your orange juice or your alcohol.
Why can't I just see Delphi doing it wrong on purpose? That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's quite possible.
I'm copying that down for those books.
Okay.
And I will be using those.
You also find several songs of festivals, and then stories of if you can find a specific Fey creature in the wild, in the Feywild, and convince them to create you, a magical instrument from a special kind of tree, you can get people that are not paying attention to you to start getting in the mood to dance,
So Pied Piper.
basically. But it's a very specific kind of, I need to go do this, this, and this to kind of achieve that.
Pied- There we go. She, whatever. Oh well. Cool.
And one last thing it talks about is a college of orchestra.
Oh.
Where a mad orchestra man, where like his wife has died and passed away, and all he had left of a passion to focus on is music, and from his music he learned how to use different I'm gonna say maneuvers to cast magical abilities. It's a different school of bard, is basically what it was describing. I think it's orchestra off the top of my head, but what are you
This
doing?
is a custom one, correct?
You're reading the, yes, it is a custom one.
Because I want to make sure I was spelling it correctly. It was like, oh hey, Reddit, I made a college. I'm not gonna click on it, but unless you say I can. Like,
It's the one made by Matt Mercer. If you're just interested to go look at it,
A.
because I thought it was really fun when I played it.
I've returned. What are we talking about?
Dicks.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, big ones, small ones, the ones that are discolored, some that have birthmarks. Moving on. Corvus, what are you doing while with everyone getting back? You saw a few people went into the bottom part of the cave, and Rosa seemed to leave the cave for a little while.
Dude, I don't know. Corvus
Fine,
might
what-
just crack open his like changeling book that he found.
what was the name of the person that made it?
Matt Mercer.
Oh wow.
How dare you not know?
He also makes Bloodborne, or not Bloodborne, Blood Hunter
Hunter.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What's cool? When you crack open what is it, Changeling book?
Yeah, it was like a general book about shifters, and there was like 100 or some pages about changelings.
It's from College of the Maestro,
That's what it's called.
which basically College of the Orchestra, basically.
I think of orchestra when I say it. So when you read through this book, you start reading. There's stories about. You want to start in what part do you want to start in first? Do you want to start in like yours has a couple different chapters. I remember naming off. It had the succubus, incubus thing, the druidcraft stuff, and
I
doppelganger,
think
and
Corvus
then
would
changelings.
just go to the changeling stuff.
All right, so you're just gonna skip over all of that stuff.
Yeah, fuck it.
When you read the changeling stuff, it sounds like a man found a small collection of nomad society of changelings, and as he was welcomed into their society,
Corvus
see this,
chuckles upon reading that.
yeah, uh, and they generally live very well juggling multiple different lives. So if they decided they wanted to be a merchant or they needed to barter with someone, they go into their form that most likely resembles them as a mercantile character, and it's almost like they're put on their different faces because it helps them perform better almost. And then there's one final form or one other ideology, um, and they are called the notes seekers. They are called the seekers. They often suppress their form of changing and forms of transformation for a world of freedom and truth. They don't. They believe changing form so often and taking on new identities dilutes them and what they really desire. So
Boring.
they choose not to transform at all. And they'll only transform when all of them transform when needed, but they suppress the urge to change so they can carry on in their
Hey, cat.
changeling form.
Got it. So they're the most boring out of all of them.
They can be the most boring, but they believe that it's a more noble and truth-seeking way of the changeling. That's why there's three ideologies. Don't
How's
look
it
at me.
going? Nerd.
I know. Boring.
It
God,
also
I hope I
states
never meet one of them.
it also states that uh, most changelings live in very good comfort due to the fact they can adapt very well to any situation due to their ability to change facial features and whatnot. There you go. Some lore on changelings. Enjoy.
I mean, Corvus wouldn't have known much of that, so
Ye.
he's happy.
We'll screenshot that too. You little shit.
They do resonate to you a certain degree, but it's more of a what Corvus is feeling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to look at some of your illusionary magic?
Yeah, I think Corvus would like to look at the other spell book that you got.
As you look through it, you find you kind of flip toward the back and you see a very large and complicated spell.
Nope.
And
Well,
it has an
they're
illustration
brothers, dude.
before
No,
the
no, no,
spell
we
of
don't do
a
that in here.
like
Not
a
in Minecraft,
dragon
Minecraft
form.
server.
And then as you kind of skim over some of the spell, it looks to be able to summon an illusionary dragon.
Cool.
The dragon seems to be very I wouldn't say resilient, but very convincing and has some features that you can't tell. So if you were able to summon it unbeknownst to someone, they wouldn't be able to tell it's a fake dragon without taking a closer look. Seems to be a very powerful spell as well. Something of a 6th or 7th level. It might have been 9th. I forget.
Okay. Interesting. Knowing that he's not going to want to lug any of these books around, he's going to pull out a notebook and just write some of the basic information that he found out about changelings, and then he's going to word for word copy down any spells that he finds interesting or useful.
All right. You do know if you have the instructions of how to cast a spell, you might be able to take it to a person of an artificer of sorts, and he can create that spell as a scroll, and you might be able to create a
Now
an
there's 6
early
people in here,
access
I
to
don't know
that
what the fuck.
potent magic.
Say,
But that's also luckily because of your background. So
yep.
That's interesting.
it also has other things about you can create entire illusionary planes and trap people's minds into one and stuff like that. And it kind of talks about of manipulating other people's minds into this is what they thought was reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a mix of a charm and an illusion, but it's a trickery of sorts. A lot of those spells seem to be very potent, strong magic.
Fun. I think he's
Nice.
gonna probably end up keeping this book, and
You know what?
possibly even bringing it back home with him.
Okay.
Because I doubt there's very many books like this that Corvus would have access to, even in his own library.
Definitely not. Not of the magical sort. Magical stuff is hoarded usually.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously.
Zara, are you doing anything?
Nope, not in particular.
Okie dokie. I think that's everyone. Did I cover everyone?
What about Rosa?
Rosa. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
It's my
I
first
didn't
day
hear you
back,
come
and
back.
I am kind of confused. But also,
So we're gonna jump to outside. Did you
I do
want
things.
to cast some of those spells now?
I want to look through my
Casting spells.
books, the 4 books first,
Mm-hmm.
and see if any of the ones I grabbed were in any of the languages I speak.
As you look through some of it, a lot of it is still Zygames. You have one that's a half-written book in common. Looks like it was in mid-translation before put away, and then you have one that definitely has more knowledge about the necromancy, and you can tell by its engravings and that it has some magical spells in it as well. Some of the newer creation. It has like a spell that when you look at it can bring things to a kind of puppet form.
So similar to Animate Dead.
Similar to Animated Dead. It's more. It describes it as a not as a reincarnation, but more of a soulless puppet, easily manipulated from a distance.
Hmm.
You can end up tuning to things like that and connecting yourself with that. You can also see there's some abomination spells where if it was like as if you were on a battlefield, you can use this summon spell and summon a greater undead, and it will pull from the large sacrificial bodies to form a larger undead. And then and it looked like it was a trying a skipping stone to trying to design your own flesh golem.
She feels disturbed, but she knows she has to learn this.
Mhm.
And she's gonna try to practice the first one, which is attuning to the dead puppet, or making the dead puppet with the corpse that she brought out from the cave.
Okay. What's your highest spell slot?
It is 4th level.
This is a higher than you can cast. So
Okay.
if you want to cast this, you will have to take 2 points of exhaustion to get it. This is a very homebrew rule. You can technically, I haven't brought this up to any of you guys for the record. You can cast above your level, but for every above your level, it's a point of exhaustion.
Okay,
Oh.
I kind of like that.
That rule.
It is. So if you really, really want to cast a level 9 spell and going up Laser Glory, you can do it, man. It's a level 9 spell, so yeah, you would definitely be feeling it after that.
Well, we're gonna be going, judging by how everyone is right now, we're gonna be going to bed soon.
Okay.
Mhm.
She's going to try to do this.
All right.
That spell.
Any of these spells that I do describe, they are technically, if they are of higher level, you might not realize right away. You can maybe tell by the ingredients and what you need for it, but you don't know if you have your body's built up the resilience to cast that kind of spell, or if you have the ability to draw in that much. It's usually the idealize.
Okay.
And you, what is it? You wanted to cast it now?
I wanted to cast it now on the dead body, see if she wants to see if she has the ability or strength to.
Okay. We'll do that. Go ahead and take, because this is a level 6 spell I'm allowing. So you would take 2 points of exhaustion. And I need you to make a...
exhaustion to my character sheet.
It's in
you-
conditions.
Yeah, it's in the conditions. If you tap that and then scroll down a little, it'll show you the exhaustion meter.
Level 6 exhaustion, you die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Level 5 exhaustion, you are disadvantaged on literally everything, and I don't think you have a movement anymore.
Nope. You literally cannot move. Your HP maximum is halved, and you have disadvantage on everything.
Yeah.
I can't find the conditions tab at all.
Okay, so when you're on the main part of your character sheet and you see the defenses and conditions right under your hit points, you just click conditions.
Okay. Exhaustion. Level 2. Right?
For those who are the martial type and don't actually naturally have spell casting abilities, they technically get access to this. But that's a willpower and devotion type thing. You are willing your body to take in some magic to cast something you don't even know how to cast. It's rough. But if you had a scroll, the scroll is eating that exhaustion.
Gotcha.
So you're basically giving up a different thing. That's all.
So, what happened to the body that Rosa was trying to not really resurrect, but make into a puppet?
What makes sense? Spellcasting ability? Is that what? When people cast magic, I always forget.
What's the question again?
When you're casting magic, is it spellcasting ability usually, or is it
Yeah, if you cast
like,
a spell, it's your spellcasting ability. So, like, for example, for warlocks, it's charisma. For wizards, it's intelligence, so on and so forth.
So wisdom would be for clerics.
Yeah. I would want you to make your spellcasting ability with it. You need to make a d20 roll and then add your spellcasting ability.
Unnatural 20.
And that's high enough. You take the 2 points of exhaustion as you feel your body literally being almost forced out with the amount of energy you're pushing into this spell. As you follow the instructions and it infuses into the body. You see the body has an aura to it as it glows before the head kind of straightens a little bit and it kind of sits up lifeless with its eyes kind of rolled back in its head. You can feel you have a connection to it. You do not know how long the spell will last. It did not specify. But you can feel if you kind of meditate on the moment, you can transfer your focus into that body and see through that one.
Rosa's gonna sit down, because that took a lot of energy out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Stare at the puppet like, I did it. Before relaxing herself. And doing as you said, meditating. So, is she like...
So
in the mindset of the dead?
the mind you see through that body. Whatever's happening at your original body, you do not know what's going on. So if you were gonna get stabbed and you couldn't see it from this body, you would get stabbed. Like you don't have any, because your mind can't multitask into multiple areas. It's often one of the benefits of being some type of deity. You start gaining the ability to have your consciousness in multiple locations, doing multiple things.
Alright.
Should
That's
I
one
eat
of-
my second cookie?
Yes.
I always
Thank
vote
you.
yes.
I'm glad I have friends who support my decisions.
You're welcome.
Rosa's gonna make the puppet stand up.
You stand up with the puppet.
And she's trying to make it walk around.
It walks around very easily and at the movement speed that creature would have.
And this was a human, if I remember correctly, right?
It's a Shadowkai.
Shadowkai.
It's an elf, in short. Of a different elf.
And the Shadowkai was a lot taller than her, if I remember correctly, right?
They usually are, yes.
First thing she's thinking is, wow, I'm pretty tall.
Yeah, it's a different perspective. If you would stand next to yourself, you could literally see how tall you are. And be in someone else's height. It's funny.
She's gonna stop meditating right then and there because it was just kind of freaking her out a bit.
sensory overload, and you go back to your body.
She stares and she's like, "That's gonna be useful." I feel so gross. She closes up the book.
Do you want to drop the concentration?
Yes.
Okay, you drop the concentration as the body was left standing, just crumples, basically.
She watches that, and oh, do I have anything to make it so the body cannot rot? Let's see.
Do you have gentle repose?
No, I don't at the moment. I didn't prepare that.
Big oof.
Because normally she doesn't touch necromancy, but I
Right.
got reminded, oh yeah, you want to revive James. Gotta learn necromancy.
To be fair, gentle repose is one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's kind of necromancy, but it's also kind of wholesome depending on the circumstance.
Yeah, it depends. If you're a barbarian and you told your wizard to cast it on the bandits and you stuff it in a bag of holding, that's probably not very moral or okay. It's a very different situation.
Rosa's like, you know what? I'm just gonna... And she goes over to pick up the body and try to drag it back to the cave.
Alright. You're being subtle about it?
Yep.
Alright. I think Pass Without a Trace is still going on.
Has it been an hour?
I mean, it took another 30 minutes back to get back to the cave because you spent most of the time. You got like 15 free minutes traveling
I mean,
back.
technically, honestly, when we got back to the cave, I would have dropped concentration on it.
Oh, then yeah. You just have to roll stealth then.
Okay. 21? Yeah, that's a 21. 19 plus 3? No, that's 22. Right?
Alright. You drag the body very quietly, and it doesn't make that much noise gliding over the ground.
Nice.
Once back in the cave, she's looking straight for Corvus.
Corvus is in the main room there.
He's just sitting.
Let me
She's
go
gonna
through his-
go straight to him and try to get up in his arms to cuddle.
You could see she looks way more worn than she was when she left.
Corvus immediately just like opens his arms and sets the book and pen down that he had and just brings her in for cuddles. He just looks down at her and then just kind of is just very confused as, and what is it that you were doing that made you so exhausted, hun?
Bless you, Coda.
Thank you.
For the record, the effects of 2 levels of exhaustion is disadvantage on all ability checks, and your speed is halved, so you are sluggish as you move around.
Okay.
Basically.
She just kind of looks up. And she's like, let's not talk about it.
Corvus raises an eyebrow. What spell did you try?
She looks away. A new spell.
What magic was it?
You don't need to know.
I don't.
No.
I think I deserve to know.
Corvus. Let's not talk about this now. I want to sleep.
Fine, but will you tell me if I let you sleep?
I don't know.
Well, then I might just have to stay up myself and keep you awake.
Corvus!
I am quite evil if I want to get some knowledge. So either tell me or no nap time for you, hun.
Also, Demi, I hear you in the background, but you were muted the entire time.
Cocksucker! God
Didn't-
damn it.
Finley, you're so quiet. Sometimes I forget you're here. To be honest.
My stupid Discord. I don't know why it keeps muting.
Because when you're muted, you don't make any sound, and then when you are here, you're quiet.
It fucking sucks.
So if I ever skip over you, just remind me.
Yeah, like, hi, I'm here. I'm alive.
Alright.
Finley's like crapping at Corvus in the background saying, go to bed.
Okay.
God damn it.
Rosa looks at Finley and is like, she has the right idea.
I got a book today and I plan to try to read it later. Like, bed, sleep, yes, sleep.
Corvus can't help but chuckle at Finley.
She's just like, why are you chuckling?
Just go to sleep, Finley.
She grumbles and just curls up. You know, see the big like orc just curl up in a ball. Like, yeah, this is nice.
Rosa's
Corvus kind of
"See,
like
she
leaves
has
his
the-
other arm open for Finley.
She has the right idea. See, Corvus? You should go to bed too, and not question shit anymore.
She might have the right idea, but I would very much like to know why you're so exhausted, and I will not hesitate to go through your belongings after you fall asleep, my love.
Touch my belongings, and I swear to God, you're not getting anything more out of me.
And just drop off your dick.
Never wanted anything from you. I want to make sure that you're safe. Practicing magic that you don't know what it is dangerous.
I know what I'm doing. I'm just practicing.
A high level spell that obviously made you very exhausted.
She's starting to look a little uncomfortable.
Rosa, you're talking to someone who has literally lived his life with nobles. I know what exhaustion looks like from casting high level spells. You can't hide it from me.
Necromancy.
Thank you. Now, what is it that you are trying to do with necromancy? That is dark magic.
She bites her lower lip and looks away.
Corvus just heaves a sigh and then just wraps his arm like tightly around Rosa and
You-
kind of like nuzzles his face into her hair. Just don't be stupid. Necromancy in itself is dangerous. Trying high level spells is already not an easy feat. You need to be careful if you're going to do dangerous magic like that. Next time you do it, at least let me be there to help.
Alright, but I will tell you this. If we need to infiltrate something now, at least I know a way to do it. We just, sadly, and she started sounding a little sadder than before. Sadly, we have to kill an innocent life, but
Don't worry about needing
I
to
can make-
infiltrate things.
I
I can
can make
handle
a
that quite
puppet.
by my own.
I can make a puppet for us. As long as
Killing
I
a
don't get
living
overwhelmed
thing is
again by
not
height.
good.
What was that?
Killing a living thing to settle our adventure is not something that I want you to be doing. This is what I mean when I say that necromancy is dark magic. Sorry, this just made me think of the meme where it's just like shows up late to a battle, but it's not a doctor, it's a necromancer.
Oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about too. Yeah.
We need your help, necromancer. Alright. What are you
I-
doing? Hugging you.
Yeah.
To raise your
Gotta
spirits.
wait for him to die.
I raised your spirit. Now go get them, but
Oh, that's pretty cute though. I'm sorry, I just that image just popped into my head.
Sorry, everyone.
I don't know who showed me that, but it was funny.
I believe it
Oh,
was
that's
me
great.
because I was sending you a lot of memes that night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure.
why.
But I am also on Tumblr with D&D flooding my dash.
I mean, my favorite's Bone Daddy, but we won't get into that.
Oh, okay.
Don't call me that,
No
though.
comments.
Okay. Corvus just looks down at Rosa and kind of shakes his head a little bit. And just, if we need to infiltrate anything, just leave that to me.
I guess.
No innocent
rests-
lives need to be spilt because of us.
She rests her head against Corvus's chest. Let out a sigh and says, "If you really want to look at my books, go ahead. No one's stopping you. But sadly, I need to learn this."
I won't. But I'm glad that you told me.
And once I'm stronger, I swear, I will challenge Ray one more time, and I'll make sure she's 6 feet below.
Well,
Can't wait.
you'll
to
have
see.
me there to back you up.
You've met her before, if you don't remember.
Vaguely.
Okay.
The bar tavern with, Belly.
Right, I caused a lot of shrapnel everywhere.
Yeah, there was some. I remember earth tremors.
Yep. Just utter fucking chaos.
That somehow we all got rewarded for.
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
Well,
No
most
almost
of us.
murder happened. What are you talking about? Nobody tried to kill anybody. No.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good human now. I mean, elf. Either way, he's fine.
Rosa then was thinking to herself, how many days left does he have before he has to go home? Is what Rosa's thinking to herself. Maybe 1? I won't let that.
Oh no. And as Rosa is having those thoughts, Corvus is leaning back and having thoughts of his own, basically thinking how he won't let himself or anyone in this party become like his parent. Killing innocent lives just because they can.
I like that. Good touch.
Because let's be honest, his parents are literally the military. They are not innocent.
Nope.
They're totally innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Terrified of Mother Dearest.
Mother's not the bad guy.
Completely out of character response. Shade's ready to throw some shadow punches at a bitch.
Excited.
Well,
Trust me,
Mother
Rosa
Dearest
already
is
used
going to
cold
be
person
interested
on the
when I
father, so...
Good, make it easy for Shade.
Mother Dearest is going to be very interested to know that Corvus now actually has
I don't
Has
know
what?
something.
friends, family.
Yeah.
She's gonna love that.
Oh yeah. Oh
Sight.
fuck. Oh, they're gonna use you guys against him. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
He's not gonna let any harm come to you guys. I'm so sorry. He would agree to anything if it protected you. Fuck.
We'll see what happens.
Everything's fine.
I've got plans.
I
Within
hate
a-
having attachments to the party.
Within
I
a few
like-
minutes, Rosa passed out in your arms, Corvus.
Aw.
He kisses her head, and then just leans against the cave wall because he didn't exactly get the chance to lay down yet.
She trapped you. No.
Well, he was also reading a book, so like it's not that easy to lie down and read.
Is Finley laying on near Corvus as well, or is she just like curled up near?
curled up very close to them. So he has all
Corp
this
definitely
happening.
would have like gestured Finley to come closer.
No. Like, you're having your own issues, just waves him away, like, no. I'm sleeping right here, and this is my curled up spot. This is a comfy spot.
This is my rock bed.
I have reformed the chair to a bed.
Reformed? What are you, an earthbender?
We have a rock recliner
Now keep in mind, Finley it literally says, this spot can't get any comfier. You can't make it.
Corvus reaches out his arm so she can cuddle his arm. Are you sure about that?
Oh no.
Okay, maybe. Now,
Now
I
they're
believe-
gonna fuck.
I believe Zara and Delphi are observing this behavior.
Yeah.
Always watching.
Like Corvus
Always
says,
watching.
okay, this is my arm now.
This is what happens when you get the two tieflings. They start watching everyone.
You
They
guys like
start making comments to each other.
you guys need your own rooms.
Like,
We'll get
this
there
did.
eventually.
Everything's fine.
We have our own rooms back at the Black.
Exactly.
There was a perfect good tavern, and you guys decided to kill the bar owner.
I wonder how
Dead
that's gonna
fucking
affect the
undead.
other party.
I didn't kill it. I wanted to talk to it and be its friend. Rosa walks up and says, "Oh my god, kill it!"
I
Couldn't
tell you,
talk.
that was one of the other campaign's characters.
It's even
Really
better.
wanted a friend.
Well, now you have a lot of friends. It's okay, Finley.
wanted another friend.
You do have another friend.
Actually,
Delph.
yeah.
Delphi and Zara, are you doing anything else before I jump to the bottom of the cave with the other three?
I'm
Four.
probably trying to get whatever Zara is drinking to try to cast this magic spell on it.
Jesus
Excuse me?
Christ.
Well, since you're Delphi, I have to ask: are you doing it properly or improperly?
And properly if I can get Zara to give me it.
Okay.
Y'all
Come
are
on.
fucking ridiculous.
I know.
I gotta give you the ability to fuck with each other because that's what I want.
That's
Oh,
not what I
God.
want.
You haven't seen it yet. This is gonna be crazy.
I'm scared of you.
Give me the drink.
No.
Yes.
No.
Give it to me.
Zara,
me.
please.
Do
Back
it in
of
your
us, like-
own drink.
Can I see some of those books that you got, by the way, Zara, to see if I can find the creature?
Yes, I have those. And then I take them
Perfect.
out and I give it to him.
I'm rolling sleight of hand if I can grab her drink.
Yeah, go ahead.
11.
What's your passive perception, Zara?
12.
You know she grabs your canteen.
Give me back the canteen.
No.
Delphi.
No. Let me at least try it.
I will find a new way to get water. I'm not drinking from that if you do anything to it.
Come on, you don't trust me?
Why don't you do it to your own water
Fucking
then?
not.
You know what? And she's gonna cast it, but she's gonna cast it properly on it.
Okay.
Attempt to cast it properly.
Do a performance check.
God damn it.
$13.
Nice. With that, you kind of you think you've done it correctly, as you feel the magical effect is probably kicked in.
Alright. Gonna take a swig of it.
Do you take a swig of it, Sarah?
So, no.
eyeballing you suspiciously. I'm not taking a drink of it.
She remembers what you've done in the past to her.
Rightfully suspicious.
Come on!
You see-
I took a drink of it. If I took a drink of it, you should too.
Eh,
You know I don't drink my own stuff. If I've done something to it. No.
why did you have to cast it on my water, though? Is the real question.
Because I drank mine.
Dakimo speaks up because he always likes having a guinea pig.
Shush.
See, I'm starting to see that being on my own was a little bit easier. Because I didn't have to go fish shit.
Shush. Shush. Both of you shush.
Dakimo just simply smiles. It's true, you are the one that likes to mess with everyone.
Shush.
Simply smiles and goes back to looking through the book.
I would do no such thing. As she starts laughing. It's like, fine, if you don't want it, it's my drink now. You can have my old canteen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds so much worse to me.
Yeah. You know what?
Oh god.
You know what? You keep them both. I'll buy a new canteen.
Delphi, you now have 2 canteens.
2 water skins, nice.
One
Oh my
has a very
fucking God.
flavorful spirit water.
Nice.
It definitely gives you a revitalization and lifts the spirits. You
Nice.
can take an inspiration die if you drink it.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh.
Free drinks. I say.
As she walks away, I'm gonna light a firecracker and throw it in her general direction.
Forgot how
Oh.
chaotic the two of you are together.
They are.
Yeah.
As you throw the firecracker, you don't have time to dodge.
Let's not forget, they like to test stuff on each other, too.
I was like throwing
Do you-
firecrackers.
The firecracker goes off. It looks like a bit of a what's it called? Fire bolt when it goes off. Right next to you.
Rosa does not wake up to that at all.
I wouldn't blame you. Maybe after enough of them, but
At least she's cuddling Corv's arm. Like, this is still mine.
all right. We're gonna jump down to shade in them.
Nice.
As you guys were proceeding, you watch Infar go deeper into the tunnel.
Shade's following, like, keeping up rather easily.
Kane was getting ready to read and now realizes we're going on a mini adventure into the Underdark. Oh. Because it means I can make my custom monsters come out.
That's
Ooh,
okay.
hold on.
Fight.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright.
As I was saying, you see little flute balls, Melon.
Floof?
Flute balls.
Is Melon alive?
I don't know.
I think Melon's dead.
Melon
Fall
fell
asleep
asleep.
Should we pick up on this later then, if our party members fallen asleep?
We should
Yeah,
probably call
yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
almost 6 o'clock.
Melon.
Almost dinner time.
Melon. And we'll get an air horn, Melon.
Oh, hang on. I've got this. Give me 1 second. I need to pull up voice mod.
Oh god.
Hold on, let me grab mine too.
Don't hurt anyone's ears.
I'm
No
not gonna hurt
promises.
anyone's ears.
No promises.
Everyone's brain explodes.
Ah.
Total party kill.
Okay, voice mod, work with me, damn it.
I'm waiting for voice mod to even boot up. There we go. Give me 1 second to swap my mic.
Now we have an AFK room.
just. Oh,
Jeez.
Well then.
Just realized that it wasn't picking up on my mic because I'm a big dumb idiot.
Dad, the magic word pizza.
Okay.
pizza, you say?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, dear.
We're having pork chops later, so lucky you.
Pizza.
Ow, ow.
Demi.
Okay, that's loud. That is very loud.
We're
I
trying
heard that in the other room.
I love you.
The fuck?
I love you. Love me. Love me, P. Uh-oh, she typed something.
Melon's typing something.
Melon.
Where?
I think she's asleep.
Yeah, I'm putting her in the AFK room.
I think
Time to turn off voice mod.
we'll call it there because.
Oh, she's muted. Wait,
Oh,
never
is she?
mind.
Yeah, because AFK mutes.
I
Fine.
forgot about that.
Yeah, it automatically mutes when you go into AFK.
Yeah.
Man, I should have forced the combat. Oh well.
Oof.
That's not fair for
Oof.
her.
Oh, everything's fine.
I love combat. Combat's one of my favorite.
I love combat too.
Combat's okay, but like death.
Oh, it's good.
Demi, turn off your voice mod.
I've got plenty of punches to throw around.
Last time Demi used her voice mod, she made it so high pitched that I had to leave the call.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was not my. That was my normal voice. And second of all, I fixed voice mod since then.
I have 37 firecrackers still.
I think I just go back to editing.
So are everyone basically going to bed?
Except for the other 3 that are down in the cave, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna end the campaign there for now. Is that okay with everyone? Because that
Yeah.
seems like a good ending point. Oh no,
Yeah.
I mean end the session.
Okay.
He always does that.
What
Yeah.
else do we need to do in the Shadowfell?
You got the. I mean, I think what's his name?
It's in my chat. Very first message.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me. I can't read.
Yakamos.
I mean, you
Dakamos.
can't.
Really can't. Try.
I think all that's left is taking Dakamos back and leaving.
Dakamos reading back and Dakamos wanted certain information in the Shadowfell. You mostly came here to search for him.
Mm-hmm.
And some unanswered questions of that was left with Kanan and Farah with stepping into the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
That left kind of unconcluded as far as you guys can tell. I mean, it concluded, but I have things in the works. Like I always do.
Oh God.
I mean, you still have that lady with the bounty hunter after you guys.
Yeah, that's what I just put under Corvus's mind place. Or palace.
Oh, not that one. The other one.
Oh shit, that one.
Do you? I don't know if you guys remember that one. I
No.
do.
Not much.
Oh God. What do we do to piss her off?
Broke her leg. Killed her husband.
Oh God. That
Wait.
was like when we came here, huh? So okay.
Sorry. Wait a bit.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. That's like, what? I'm confused
Oh,
and
God.
concerned. And I don't like that.
Don't worry. Things always come back and pay its debt.
Really?
All right.
Is that really gonna come back for us?
Proto,
I swear to
look
God,
up.
Proto.
Bounty hunter on us.
Bounty hunter.
Proto, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Wait, do I know about the bounty hunter?
The second one, no.
Okay.
The first one, yes.
I don't even think Rosa knows about the other bounty hunter.
Nope.
Look, I
Yeah,
totally forgot about her.
that one was done with all the originals.
Oh my, really, Proto?
The thing
Oh,
is,
God,
I
why
do
didn't we get her
remember.
attention?
Should've just fucking
I
killed
did
her.
watch back on the live streams. I do remember hearing it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Don't worry, we're stronger now.
Yeah, they could be stronger too.
I don't have to send strong people up you. I can send weak people. And then you beat the crap out of them, and then you feel bad.
You think Shade
Feel
would
bad.
feel bad? Nah, dude. She'd fucking pick that dude up by his ankles and fucking shake him dry of all his cash.
Yeah.
Nice. Solid.
Things I haven't mentioned to you, Shade.
Yeah.
I haven't written this down, but like, the part you would probably know is like, there was a time where an empire that was called sent a adventurous exploration crew into the land south of them, seeing if it's potential land they could conquer, of course.
Okay.
And those the group they sent out happened to cause a lot of unneeded chaos and trouble.
So this is another player group, I'm guessing.
That one, yeah, that one was a different player group. They made a fire cyclone.
Fun.
They stirred up some trouble. They got into far too many things and did some other bad things. Eventually they do make it to the jungle forest that the Tabaxi live in, and you do pick up common through some of the more stable members of the group, like Azul, which actually I think Melon and Zara would know,
Mm-hmm.
just because of other roleplays.
Hey.
When I heard Azul, the first thing that came to mind was Demi's character.
Yeah.
For Oku,
Oh no, not that one.
Who is
Different
literally Demi-
necromancer character.
who's literally Demi's icon for Discord.
And then we just got my character.
Which I have to draw all your guys' characters sometime tonight.
Let's see.
Because I've been promising you all the backdrop photo of Chaotic Idiots and shit like that, but I keep redoing it because my art style keeps changing, so...
Do as you wish. I will be fine. I'm sad you didn't get to see 2 other story beats, but that's because you didn't trigger the fight.
XD.
Oh well.
Everything's fine.
They'll come up in a different time.
I'm sure they will.
They always do, because, you know, it's your story arcs, not theirs. Fuck them. Unless I want them to win. We'll talk about it later.
I'm actually now worried about Monday.
Why?
No, just something...
If I ever give you something and don't put it in your inventory or tell, like, I give it to you, make sure you write that down, because if I forget, I'll forget to make it too.
Did you do or give...
Technically, that spell that I gave you, I don't think that's even a spell. I think I literally...
You made...
freed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even a higher level spell. I saw a level 6 spell seemed appropriate for that level of strength and utility.
From what I looked over the necromancy, because I do play a lot of necromancer characters, so I find them a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't have anything like that, or at least I never became higher than level frickin' 10.
Because
Enough to do it.
what I was gonna do with that one, it was gonna last 8 hours for a connection.
Okay.
Did you see how? So I did like some looking, and I checked in and everything. Delphi is gonna have to be level 16 if I want to properly Oh god,
Multi-class
that
and
is,
ranger.
yeah, that.
How bad were your rolls for Delphi?
Oh god, oh god.
There's also
That's thunderclouds.
you guys are the first time I've actually completely
What?
introduced
Oh,
the
yeah.
overpowered or the exhaustion overpower mechanic. So you guys
Nice.
are kind of my guinea pigs. I don't know if the exhaustion's penalizing enough or not, or if I should also use a combined amount of spell slots as well. Because if it was exhaustion and combined amount of spell slots, I felt it was too harsh, but you're also casting a very powerful spell. So I'm like, it's kind of trade-offs there.
My microphone is picking up slightly on the range side itself.
So if you were casting a level 6 like Rosa was, I didn't know if I should made 2 levels of exhaustion and then an additional a level 4 slot and 2 level 1 slots to make that level 6. Because that's the other way I thought about working that mechanic, but that's a totally homebrew mechanic that I'm playing around with.
The rain outside just keeps getting worse. Help. It's getting louder.
The homebrew mechanic is also hopefully more meant for you to do something really cool in a moment.
So say I can use Prismatic Spray early, because that's one of the spells I want Delphi to learn.
The reason I want this to be a kind of reasonable, okay mechanic is sometimes campaigns just don't make it to that level 15, level 17 spot.
Right.
And I think this is a nice compromise to try getting you to try very potent spells without,
Yeah, I also a game mechanic that an old DM of mine introduced was because you've introduced us to so many libraries, is it actually finding books on like specific magics and then like busting through some of those books in like a few days and then learning some like new spells from it and being higher level spellcasters from it, because like you learn almost like you learn experience from reading in your specific magic class. It's not like you can just be like, oh, I want to do this thing. Like it's got to be in your specific class of magic. Like I can't just all of a sudden start learning wizard shit when I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah. Something I like to do though is have training on like Saturdays and Sundays, basically.
I like the Morse code. I think you can learn in a week. That seems like a reasonable time frame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you're trying to teach someone Meteor Swarm and they're not even a wizard, I'm gonna give you a few years. You hit kind of thing. Like it's kind of I'm kind of stealing an idea or mechanic from a different roleplay system where you kind of use a passive judgment to be like, is that kind of reasonable for this kind of character? And it kind of I don't use pre-assigned like ability checks that you have to check mark. It's kind of just to help feel the growth more, I guess.
Yeah.
It's 75 degrees out right now. Damn.
It's been like that all day.
And the house has been cold?
Yeah.
Damn.
Is it good summer home tonight?
I can tell. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
What are you? What? I don't actually have zero. My poor friend.
With that, I think I'm gonna end the stream here since we're done with the campaign, well, the session, and now we're just talking about random D&D stuff. So thanks for watching, and I might be back next week for another one of these. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.